The grand final is just about to start, and one of the biggest surprises I've seen all day is the fact that we're starting out on Ancient. And I was just looking up during this beautiful entrance, how many times the players within Vitality actually have played the map. Apex have never ever played an official game on Ancient in his entire career. Cyber will have 2 maps times played on it. Robs is the highest one within Vitality with 94. It's safe to say that Vitality are heading into a ground that they have never touched before.
Yeah, Cyber played it like an exhibition tournament. Prodigy, not a real game either, and I think that's the trap that Vitality has fallen into as well. Everyone on Furia has played it at some point in their main team. They just haven't played it with this 5-man lineup, right? So you talk about the basic things of angles, smokes, timings, everything. Like, you can't expect Apex or even Zylo for that matter to be very well versed in that department. Certainly not as much as the Furia players.
Still, when you have a team that's never played the map, basically, maybe they've been practicing a little bit, who knows, but you have a lot in phase, who have a lot of experience, as said, more than 90 maps played on the map, even in grand finals. Do they rely more on him than you do on Apex?
Well, one thing I'm thinking about when it comes down to this specific matchup is that Furia relies a lot on their kind of like their layered approach to just moving around as a team, flashing for each other, trading off each other. If it levels the playing field and it comes down just to individual skill, then I think that's where Vitality actually have an edge, because you have Robs, who is a player that just basically carves out his little part of the map and plays his own little mini game. So I think that maybe in some obscure way it actually is beneficial for them.
Yanko, when you approach a new map, when you go into a map like Ancient, your Vitality, how do you approach it? Do you play ultra aggressively? How do you go to the fight early on? Do you let it play out and play slow?
I mean, you imagine that they might try to play with more pace, just have a couple of things in there, a couple of smoke combinations that they can use. I think it's going to come down to being able to stop those fast plays early. If you can do that, I don't think Vitality will have anything to do on something.
Josh, F for Furia or V for Vitality?
I'm going to say probably V for Vitality, but I mean, Furia, it would be a legit run, right? Vitality, Falcons, Mongols, that would be a crazy run for these guys, so let's see what happens.
Your gut feeling, Yanko?
I'm going to go with Furia. I think everything's coming together for them at the perfect moment. They seem more confident than ever, and I don't like this map pool at all.
Alright, you don't like the map pool, I love the map pool. I love the fact that we get to see something new, we get to see something that Ancient
like
his entire career played an official map on Ancient. Now he has to do it in the grand final, in the first opening map at IEM Chengdu 2025. Let's get this one going.
Like, like.
Indeed, Vitality Furia. Ancient, the first map. We are Chengdu, China. We will be crowning it in Chengdu, and a new opponent approaches for Vitality in this grand final. We've seen all the Vitality in these finals, but Furia, this one gets excited. They weren't ready for Ancient. No one was ready, but Ancient is the first map of this best of 5 final.
They say proper prior planning and preparation prevents piss poor performances, Alex, but lots of P's there. That prep, that's not the P I'm looking for, it's the players.
Okay.
The desk highlighting that going into the uncharted waters of Ancient, it's going to come down to the individuals. On one side, you've got Furia, players who are much more familiar. Vitality, the Yanko starting ego, getting the better of them in the veto.
Now, why Vitality, please?
I'm just getting the players sorted and any of the woes out of the way before we get things underway.
Perhaps there is ego involved, but proving to all of my opponents ahead of the major that I can play Ancient, I mean, that is obviously a huge if.
Look, this rabbit hole is deep. I don't think it's one that they're going to move away from their perma. It's that it is head-to-head for both of them. They both removed that map. So mind games in the video, maybe they think there's weaknesses or strengths elsewhere that they want to remove from play. But a history lesson for everybody. Apex versus Fallen first happened 11 years ago, back in 2014.
Some of our viewers were unable to speak.
And maybe some of the players on the stage as well. I don't know how their education went, but today they meet for the first time in a grand final. And as you mentioned, something Vitality are very familiar with, Chengdu marking their 10th of the year. Now, Apex, when you take a look at the in-game leaders he has gone toe-to-toe with across 2025, they've all been new gen. Right now, he's going to take on one of the old masters in Fallen, and the mental warfare has begun in the Vita. Now, it's already started before the first bullet is fired. We'll have to see what ramifications that has down the stretch. It looks like those woes are out of the way, and we are ready to get this one with the pistols. Furia, T-side, Vitality in the defense, and we'll all learn together. Nameplate Counter-Strike. That won't be coming in. Here we go, something for the B execute. Apex, Flames, and Zywu on that side of the map.
Interesting, a red smoke thrown up by xarakat.
This is it, there'll be plenty of that.
Great, still headshots hit. Mezzi shut down. Quick rotation, they've got another smoke. They have to disrespect this. Zywu's gonna push through. There's no flash, and he's got no head. The Kingdom makes him dead. Rob's a reaction, perhaps flanking into the red room as Buxton coming back through. Yakinda's got the bomb on his back. Rob's caught out upon the fade. Yakinda extends their advantage. Apex catching strays through the smoke. There's even a body on B. xarakat's got the flank. They've manufactured so much uncertainty and chaos, it results in a 1v4. And there we go, 3v0. Fury off to the races.
Well, that's a nice little taste tester of what to expect within this map, isn't it? It is going to be chaos. And you got to make sure that those frustrations are limited. You both floated the map, so with this coming in, you can't be too surprised if the result goes against you.
A variety of weird fights.
And I think that, look, I think there'll be a lot of missed utility. Don't be expecting elbow smokes and red smokes to land every time. And this is not something, these aren't ancient teams. There's one that has landed.
Play this map regularly. And the xarakat starts with a bit of a statement in mid.
It's a bit red smoke.
There we go. Maybe we should just... no, there's no, but also we ain't setting expectations high. In a grand final for the first map, of course.
Well, this is the force fight that just is being mopped up and dealt with at range with the AK. Great start. 2v5 with a little bit of flak damage done. Robson Donut, Messi rotating back to red. Bomb to be picked up. It's another fun thing about this, we only get pace. The second time these two teams have gone toe-to-toe. It's not the first time there's been hijinks in the video with Ancient. Back at EPO, the quarterfinal was floated through to the second phase. Vitality eventually removing it. Vitality winning that series. Did lose overpass. Was able to get the better on Inferno and Nuke. And went on to win the trophy in Stockholm about a month ago. Just to find the finish now.
I mean, hearing Yanko predict Furia to take it, you know, he's not normally one to back an underdog.
I think he's probably as bad as I am to see the Ancient here, and it's something that doesn't make sense. Maybe Vitality are less confident in the play that they've been exerting than we are in them, right? So they're feeling some weakness, and giving it either way is a way to try and supplement that. They're still the team to watch, and they're the team to beat.
Absolutely.
Fallen referring to them as the big boss.
I think Fury did a lot of convincing yesterday in that semi-final, taking down Falcons 2-0.
That's the thing, they've only lost one series, and that's what these two teams have in common within the final. They only lost to Mouse. Now, very clean up for Furia throughout. It's managed every other series in a 2-0 fashion, as Molyneux will make sure nothing carried through, and the 2-0 start should be in the eco. Just with the pistols and the conversions, a quick little note here, it doesn't really matter as much in a map they don't play, because it's hard to dig into any stats, but stats-wise, pistols have not been a key indicator or a win condition, right? They're both below average in terms of pistols throughout this tournament. 43% for Vitality and 40% for Furia.
Interesting. Well, you talked about gimmicks, Chad. You know I love a stack nade or two. Well, we got some Mechies thrown out with just a little damage, actually. Moldoy and Yuri put to 50 HP, but they need bullets to connect to convert. There we have one. Moldoy is going to be caught out and concedes a Mac 10 on the end of the world.
Should be more than enough information to find the finish now, though. Just contact in, and these are the kills that everybody loves, right? Unarmored opponents, there's a Mac 10 in the mix now, you worry about the team, but that's if you're lazy. And it's great if your Kinder gets off to a good start. It's been a bit of an infirmary tournament at the moment for Furia. Sickness for your Kinder, Yuri with an eye infection, Fallen twinning about having kidney problems, and yet they still find themselves in the grand final. As the Michael Jordan flu game, well, maybe this is the Furia Infirmary tournament. We'll find out. There's best of 5, it's got legs.
Well, it is one of the defining characteristics of greatness, isn't it? Overcoming adversity.
How about overcoming a lull? That's discussed the last time Fallen was in an IEM Grand Final. It was over 3,000 days ago. Back in IEM Sydney 2017. The last time he was in Grand Final of this stature was with Yanko at ECS Season 6. Otherwise, sure, they won TWC. They also picked up Fish Playground 2. But these tournaments have a whole lot more top 10 teams in attendance.
But as someone that lives and breathes Counter-Strike, Chad, Furia in a Grand Final this season, it kind of felt inevitable. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think with the way they've been ramping up, the roster coming together, they made the quarterfinals back in Austin, and then from there they've had hit and misses, but it started to be a lot more hit in recent times. Okay, so heavy fight towards
Yeah, pushing in. Always in trouble. Needs cover. Flash is great. Flaky sends the market. Vitality start to come around off with an aggressive push. Late is theirs. Round soon to follow.
There could be more of that. So Fallen behind this door smoke, he's getting a lot of sound cues as K-Srod has already worked into Donut. So if he can be a thorn in the side and find one, it could easily become 2. Rops has pushed forward in towards A main. That smoke's a little bit too deep, so an angle can be found.
Ooh, Apex is right there on the edge of the smoke. Fallen unable to convert control.
There's one way for Apex to make Ancient his favourite map. This is the first time he has an official recorded on it.
That blows my mind.
And if he drops some bombs on it, maybe, just maybe, going into 2026, Vitality might look to bring it into the map pool. K-Srod now maroons. Donut was his haven. Unlikely his tomb. We'll be settling into the first Vitality round, unless a miraculous 1v4. But a triple kill for the leader, who in my opinion was the key condition for that 4-12 comeback on Nuke versus Mouse within the semis.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't have seen a third map if it wasn't for Apex pulling them through Nuke. He turned it on as well as like 0-8, really slow start, managed to end positive.
Yeah, he's playing with attitude, and that's one thing that Apex doesn't lack. I think when you look at the complexion of the rosters, right, sure, Vitality, they've had the best season ever in the first half of 2025. In the second, people will go, well, they haven't won as many trophies. Yeah, but they've been top 4 every single time. So the consistency is there. For Furia, this is, what, a 7-month window since the addition of Yakinda and Molodoy back in April. That's when they decided a full Brazilian roster was not it. And K-Srod wouldn't go international, so they brought international to him. The thanks of Furia get Fallen as the brains, Molodoy and Yakinda as the hands.
Yeah, and Yakinda a voice as well. You know, he is that second caller, and I think he has found, you know, his family in Furia very unlikely to fit in with that dynamic. But Furia have always had this kind of function. Not all teams operate that way, but Furia certainly do. Yakinda does feel at home in that Furia jersey. There's a misread smoke. Not going to cost them. We've got actually heavy on B. So it is Apex and Messi. Apex the KD player, an early nade, a bit of spam.
Flag damage, the Utah raining in now. Cave's actually be smoked off. Messi be isolated.
Yeah, Simon's rotating through. Messi has to respect the flame. He does have vision though. K-Srod, sorry, Yakinda is already across. Not anymore, he's not. Messi hits the shot, double kill. Oh, he gets 3. One magazine of the M4A1S, and the jump is done. K-Srod to a Molodoy. Last of 4. One kill out of Merriman.
And that's great work, and a smile on his face. He has had a rough tournament, to be generous. Sure, he's up on a couple of Tech 9 rounds that have bailed him out of situations, but for his pedigree as a player, he's been poor. So to see him delivering a multi-kill to deny the finances of Furia, as well as another round, that's huge. And we can take a look, right? You have Jacob there, he said he's flicking through, checking who's played what. Well, Rob's obviously in Faceit, who played Ancient, Messi in Fnatic, Plenty in OG. Zywoo's, I won't even count. His were just nothing games. They were in a mixed team with Nana Sapphics. So essentially, Zywoo and Apex don't have any real officials. And the other 3 of them do, and that's if they're able to bring it. Now we're talking Ancient meta of years ago, right? For Rob's, his is a little bit more recent, last year, sure, but the map develops at a high rate.
One can only assume as well, you know, during their team talks last night, even this morning, that was a big conversation. It was probably Rob's, everyone gathering around a computer and him just spelling out.
Here's some util, throw this.
Yeah, this is nice, this is good.
If I call for a flash, this is the one I want.
Yeah, and I think right now with the combination, you and I were having a chat before getting underway. Rob's used to play mid and towards A, right, for Faceit, and that's where he is right now. He's joined by Flames, makes sense, aggressive rifle, fighting around the smokes and mollies in the middle. Zyme with the AWP, he'll be starting mid to help, maybe the AWP over towards A. You've got Apex, in-game leader in Cave, makes a lot of sense. And then you save a pair of hands, anchoring down B long. So this is the complexion that you could potentially expect.
Well, especially, Messi it screams that he's going to be playing that long anchor on B.
Now, Furia with this roster do have one ancient on record. They kind of flirt with it against other teams who are also not good or have it as a ban, as we're seeing right now. And we'll get to their CT side once we swap halves. But this is just such a fun start to a best of 5 grand final, saying that I think a lot of the Counter-Strike world didn't think it was possible. I didn't think it was possible. But tech issue subsides and we are into the eco yutadi. Pushing over towards even the D, falling over towards middle.
No, he caught the perfect timing there. He gets 2 body shots from the dig and unable to find that final bullet. Or Flames beats him to the punch. The eco bash here. For Vitality, they want to maintain those extra AKs on that CT side. Apex gets himself a couple of eats. 3 Kalash, 4 Vitality CT side.
It's so funny though, isn't it, right? Like you get to the grand final, you expect the best Counter-Strike on every map play. We're going to get some of the sloppiest, most chaotic Counter-Strike, which makes actually for the best grand final Counter-Strike. So it's a delight right now, but back in with the guns. Furia trying a couple of plays over towards B. Right now they only have to boast the pistols with the conversions. Back up to bat. Can they stop this 3-round streak where Vitality only have 1 casualty?
Yo, this is a very Flamesy coded move. He's been run boosted over that stop volley. Apex starts heavy mid with the boys. Zyme will cheat off. Hang on. That sounded a lot more. That one is though. He returns fire and just puts Yuri down.
Turn up, let that advantage now. Let's back it around.
Flamesy wants to score a double dip.
Alright, well now, whatever you had in store is over. 3v5, a minute 15 on the clock, and Rox has had control this whole time.
Hello. Zyme gets info on Molodor. He spots him ramp side. They're going to block Cave, so that informs the T's a little as to the space they may have. You can see Molodor, he's not going to go willy-nilly, but he is assuming that smoke indicates Cave is theirs. Xarakat in the meantime, little standoff with Flames jump spot. Relay of information.
It's not a gap, but the path of least resistance would be through Donut. But Rox is activating on his push. He might catch him here on a timing.
Well, you're absolutely right, yeah. It looks like he's going to be timing it down well. Backs are turned in the middle as it stands. Xarakat working on his clear Donut. Oh, just in time. He starts to look elbow, but Rox will beat him.
Okay, well, this one's going to continue to peter out. But now, they might not even be able to save. Molodor parks safely behind their KS Fallen still announcing his presence. It might be another flawless round. Yeah, look at this. Rox is also tucked in towards CT spot, so they are trying to remove the save potential. Molodor gone and Fallen will follow. He's completely boxed in, and yeah, that's it. Put a bow on him, beautiful work. That's now 4 consecutive rounds and 1 kill. So the money is booming. Vitality take the lead on their first ancient official ever.
One of the nice byproducts of none of you dying is now you do have that royal flush as well as starting to screen.
Big at this point, and this is where faster players really get to test a team who's never played a map's protocols of anti-rushes or anti-pops. So, you also won't have proficiency on just how well placed and timed your T-side utility will be, but that's what it's going to come down to, catching your opponent off guard. Is we get the openers, Apex and Flamesy just being cheeky with it, jumps off the timing of the HG, bang. Cop that, you kidder. Apex 9-3. Probably the best start he's had on the map in the tournament.
On a map that he's literally not got an official on.
Okay, well, some light upgrades, 3 Tech 9, some util. Cave smoke comes in.
Looks like we might see that lane action early. Evade the initial nade damage, extinguish thrown. 3B star completely selling mid on Vitality.
Oh, they missed the molly.
Apex on Cave. He's actually going to throw a block smoke. It's well timed. Allows him to focus his attention forward. Messi's under scrutiny. He's handled it well. 2 down, quick one back. You can just make it a case. Trying to make it to the side of the back turn. Messi gets caught. Just a block to the back of the head. Hang on. Furia. Oh, after 4 consecutive from Vitality with just pistols making it competitive. He did that, did Molyneux. He can fall back now.
It's reload.
Certainly does. He's got 3 bullets, but he is taking a look for runs. He's got enough. Finds the instant headshot. Zairu's got 2. Fury breaks through. 3 kills out of Molyneux.
Hey, the first one was a Glock.
And one to the back of the head.
Apex gets blindsided, then so does Mez. Exists to draw his attention towards Cade. Great output there from Molyneux, turning into a bit of a fan favorite here in China. And for my money, Rookie of the Year.
They've got a nickname for him around there, haven't they?
The Black Flash.
The Rifle of Monacy.
That's his nice way to get back on the board. Double orb response from Vitality.
Okay, Flamesy's actually right next to him. Shifts in the night, overloads Flamesy, finds him forward, running around. Black grenades are called. Flamesy, Apex heavy mid-start. What has he done that? How has he done that? Apex was caught off just through the corner of the wall in mid-side. Fury's on the flank here. Miss shot from Ross on the orb. This is chaotic. What is happening? 2 orbs in middle. Sitting duck was Yuri. And then a quiet time with Delevers.
Deathmatch personified.
It is deathmatch. In a grand final. Double orb CT side. Okay, Zymer's found an AK. Again now. Down to the Ross orb. What have you got, Molyneux? He's got clutches. He's missed his shot though between the wickets of Zaiwu. Closed in on. Closes the gap. Isolates. Ooh, he's not far off, you know.
One more.
Robson Molyneux. Battle wits. Hobby Orper versus the real deal. Odds for the USP. He's only got 1 bullet as Molyneux. Holding it.
Stands up and delivers. And you are screens. But damn, does he look comfortable? This kid's the real deal. There's no doubt about that.
No question.
Got himself an MVP this year back at Fisher Playground. Looks for one more. He's in the contention. Him, Serrano, and Zaiwu, the front runners.
Feels like, you know, it's quite commonplace to have an Orper show up and impress out of the gates. Yeah, that's how the round started. But to have this consistency, he is such a revelation. Fury have found themselves an absolute winner here.
Still with his clash in middle.
Yeah, this time Flamesy.
So
Get
good
on the ball. Oh, Yuri wants this. As he's got his name. That's an awkward way to lose the round. You're being anchored down with a nade in his hands. Now, hang on. Chad, I'm a little nervous. B-side is open, and Yuri is saying that. Oh, he's looking towards Rob's AWP, and now surely a trade. No, gets away. They really surely should take the ball back. Goes in for a second dip. Held by the Orper Molyneux.
Still a chance for this. This is a Faceit puck, Alex. This is a Faceit puck, and I am loving every minute of it.
Well, that last round's still living in my head rent free. Ball mid, double low, craziness. Simon misses the flick. They'll lose everything.
Yeah, cash. Some now as they've got back-to-back double orbs. Apex combined, playing to the same mess. He's got enough.
He really is just completely converting the Jovian crowd here.
Yeah.
They are, you know, they have high game IQ here in China, and whatever he's laying down, they appreciate it.
Assumption with the young lad. 20 years of age, rookie year, came from out Calta Furia to join a Brazilian core. People were talking about Kiyosuke. Well, I think this kid's got him pipped at the post. Tactical timeout called. Money is there. They're able to drop across the rifle to make this one work. So all 5 going to have the M4s. But there's no expectation. I'm not doing colour in the traditional sense of these are the tendencies, these are what they prep for. We're just locking horns.
He's so chill. 11th round of ancient, just in case you...
Yeah, I mean, you're not dreaming.
You are not dreaming.
You might still be hungover, but this is real life.
Yeah, this is a grand final starting on a map that neither team play. Yes, you are correct. Hello. Goodbye, Flamesy, the back-to-back openings. With the depth department, that is. Double kill from Serato.
Both teams went the second time on the mid control, and Furia continuing their success.
Is there any way that Apex can pull this back? He's testing the limits.
And we're starting heavy towards A right now. Messi trying to deal with red. Apex joining Adam Zaiwu. And at the moment, it looks like the finish will be over towards B. Still enough utility to make this one calm and clean for Furia. All will be posted up. They can smoke Molly's in, but they're just waiting to see if there is anything given. Apply a bit of pressure. All will continue with the spams. The kid is parked up in red and is contributing along with it in some of these mid-round plays. It's probably hard to do so actually with how chaotic these situations have been. He's going to weave in first. Painting, but it will be an A split with that smoke. They haven't gambled correctly. You can palm through this and oh, he's gone. Disappears. And that should be the round. All right. 7 secure for the T side. And it's likely just going to go for the save. Hold on to these guns. And then drop across for Flamesy and drops into the next. Just a moment of calm falls over the best of 5. Now, this is going to be a long venture forward. Inferno up next, Overpass as the third, Dust 2, and then Mirage. That's if we need the final 2. We'll love this one to go the distance in Chengdu. This is the 6th unique opponent for Vitality in Grand Finals for the year. And Fallen's going to come through this. He wants to hunt, he wants to take it away. The spam, base Apex, he goes down, the old monster. He can shoot.
There's it all down. Furia making sure that the 8th a little easier. Resistance minimal.
Yeah, that would have been a full buy, right? So now it is going to be MP9's Famouses. But look, if they can scrap one more before the halftime break. I think the other big thing about this is not just, okay, well, Furia in a grand final against Vitality at an IEM. It's with the major right around the corner. They're going from dark horse to true contender.
Might see that B round progress. See Messi posturing for it early. As a HG, considering that very possibility. Fury, he's ready to fight. He says, you want to fight, you're gonna have to take down me. 1, 2, lovely work.
Eighth round on the play right now. Just need to ring that dinner bell. Xarakat through red, spots outside of it.
Might get caught by the Famous and Ross. Yeah. Lightning fast from Xarakat. Fall attack doesn't work out for him. Bell run by Simon. Punched off, 2 on 4, 1 going down. Give it everything it's worth. Can't do everything inaudible there. Yeah, flash as well. Flame T. Position noted. Yukinda falls for the 8 of Molyneux. Zaiwu has managed to remove him though. Trying to set him up. Hang on, they're taking it in. 2 on 2 on 4. Your right time is of the essence. They're so low. Yuri's found himself a third as well. Just playing wicked games here. They know it's unlikely he's got the kit after their hunt in the previous. Accepting defeat here. Zaiwu, you ain't got the time. And you will not see 5 on this half. Fury at 8. Vitality 4. Ancient. I reiterate. Ancient continues after the break. friends. First map is Ancient. If you missed it, this one raised a lot of eyebrows.
5 sets of Kev out mid.
Yakinda and Fallen start off with a bit of a bait and switch setup. Yakinda's got that line donut, chooses to attack. They're ramping into what could be a red line clear. Oh, Yakinda's ready. Baited, hung, drawn, and now not drawn back by Messi. Another quiet, the flash was there. Messi on the pistols, doing a good quad kill out of the rim.
He wouldn't, would he?
God, there's no way. Molotov's got this one in, and Messi takes the X. 5 headshots from Merriman.
Mark that one. First grand final ace today. We'll see if we get many more of those. There haven't been many scattered across the playoffs. One for Flamesy, one for Molotov, and one for Messi.
I think he's just got to play with a pistol every round.
The Tech 9 specialist gets it done on the clock.
I mean, especially when it starts like this. A very
5 crush red.
short-lived 3v5. Of course, yeah, maybe it is a basic call, but it's going to work out.
Take the strategical nuance out of it. I'm all for the blunt objects. Force by back.
I mean, that one feels really important for Vitality's campaign.
First with the pistols.
Force by back. You can't trip over your shoelaces here.
No, they're making sure that the intensity stays on. Flames fighting through the smoke will get this space. As you kindle the tussle with, flashed in and turns in time. Well done from Flames.
All kill.
Had a great tournament.
Yeah, it really has. And hasn't been affected by slow starts.
For me, Flames and Robs are the next in line. If they have a massive performance here in the grand final, they could easily join the conversation alongside of the Zygos, the Molotov, as the case runners, with the front runners for the MVPs with their performances so far. Looking past this force spine. A great way to kick off the inside campaign, and a great shot from Messi. Another one in the dirt. 2 more to find on B for now. So I was searching A, and importantly so. You don't want to go into the snack if you don't have to. Temple clear, backside the same. What you have to be worried about is Donut. Bullet's blocked the mid side, and you focus on A. If we got that kill, maybe there could have been more, but that'll be it. We'll stop talking about this util not landing, everyone. That's just the way she's going to go. At least for that one. The expectation will not persist. It is mid this map.
Yes.
Normally, what we give you 1 or 2, and then we start frowning. And we go, oh, these guys don't know nades. This time round, you can have them all every round. We'll worry about it once we get Inferno and overpass on the screen.
Because this is such a rarity.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Like the veto, the conversation, it's one of my favorite things like veto theory, but usually when you have teams who come about like this, it doesn't play out like this. It's like, okay, somebody will relent, they'll take the knee, they'll go, okay, but this is the fun part of the veto on full display.
And Vitality had a conversation, a little tidbit just before we went live, that regardless of the coin toss, they were going to float it. So they knew this was going to show up today.
So that decision has come in last night after they've understood Furia as their opponent and both teams being the permaban.
Yeah.
Right? And you need to decide that pretty quick. It's not something that you want to sleep on.
No.
Right? Your preparation, you need to get in the server immediately. So we'll be the eco now. Likely to become a 1-round game. It's highlights 2 Deagles, 5-7, and a smoke.
It's interesting. I mean, up against the eco makes sense, but not a single name thrown out from spawn. It's just going to be that first Molotov top ramp. Robs, yeah, he's welcoming the fight. Molotov has a look with that Desert Eagle down towards A main, but just going to be picked up by Xarakat. An opportunity here for Yuri, but to rest. Apex finds it long range on the Galil.
Apex started pretty strong, 9-3. That'll be his 11th. But had a tough patch, and they had 4 straight rounds. That's what they got their rounds on the CT side, and they were pretty dominant. This one doesn't have to play out by the book. No expectations as this one looking good for that 7th. Be up against Kenta here. Good weapon at the range, but Flames might leap across this line as Apex for the trade as well.
Yeah, knowing Flames here, that seems like a likelihood. Xarakat Deagle gets nothing done for him. Back turn in the force, and Form catching a couple of straight bullets through that smoke. And Doctor.
Wouldn't be out of character for the tournament if Vitality do start a map down. It's been a pretty rocky road. They kicked things off against VP, they lost Overpass day 1, map 1. There you go. Sorry. Yep, that was the expectation. That was during the halftime break from Apex. Guys, don't go too crazy on strats. We do idiot things and see what happens. And we are seeing what happens. So first rifle round, they're going into an AX cube, there's a 5th, there's a brawl.
There's a brawl in the Xarakat wants a bit of that. Removes Naiwu, and I think Paula should be able to block him as well. He's trying to be very resistant with this smoke. He knows that might be their objective, is to force this. So holding on to it, that shows some restraint, shows his experience. They're going to go for it. Fallen, he is isolated.
They'll break through his blocks though.
Yeah, they don't have HG though. Fallen throws the smoke, and Fisher.
Are they calling the cancel? They're going.
Here they come. Fallen, swing off the flashbang, looks good. So does that from Apex. Finds it in combination with Faceit. Yuri gets 1, gets 2. And only Molodoi remains. This is not a round you'd expect to hold down chance here. Presents his back to Ross. Good covering fire from the Estonian to get us into a tight game.
I wonder that there's probably even questions of, is Apex even calling this map? It might be more by committee, right? So there's a lot of fun things to unpack. This is probably one where I imagine the teams wouldn't care if the voice comms got released post-game. Second tactical timeout called from Furia. It's an opportunity to get on the mic. Looks like we had...
Is Case Rower getting talking to?
No, it's tournament ops there as well, so maybe we have a tech.
Might go tech to tech, yeah.
But we are able to discuss ramifications of the finances. We are not in arena, so the players cannot hear our discussions. Boss bonus maxed out. Might be Hero M4 in the mix. Can be some upgrades of 5.7s, MP9s, a bit of Yuto. Yeah, they need to get this sorted. It looks like definitely a problem. So might even see that tag timeout get played again. We'll just sit and wait. A bit more about that rockier road for Vitality if you haven't been keeping tabs to Chum 2.
Yeah, it has been, not a walk in the park, which typically we've grown to expect.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. This year, we haven't had a grand final where neither team who qualified in the group straight to the semis missed out, right? So you might have had one for the semis in the grand final and one for the quarters and battle through their side of the bracket.
The teams that top the group, always one of them was in the final.
Exactly. This is the first time where it's both teams who had to battle through the quarterfinals, then the semis, then the grand final. So, lots of firsts. But the rocky road for Vitality, it was their matchup against Mouse where they lost it, knocked them down to the lower bracket for the first time this year. Now, it's not the first time they have lost a game in the group stage, just within this format. In Swiss, it's different, right? You obviously have more chances and it's a different flow. Whereas the lower bracket, in the format that we have at IM Chum 2 and other Masters level events, is that of 2 best of 3s in the day on the final day of the group. So that was an unfamiliar territory for Vitality to find themselves in.
Yeah, get a lot of firsts for Vitality. First ancient, official.
And some more to kind of sprinkle on top with the issues. We heard a lot throughout those games of listen-ins with Apex, where he'd been talking about the communication, not listening to each other, not being connected, and it was stressed, right? We heard it quite a lot. They've played 16 maps so far. They've won 11 and lost 5. So they've had a few series where they've given up maps. They gave up a map to Australis and one to VP. They gave up 2 maps that are Mouse.
But you highlighted it as well, and bears repeating the fact that Furia are in this grand final. Simultaneously, not a surprise when you've seen them rise to power over the course of this season, but also just overcoming what has been, outside of the server issues. People have been sick, people have been waking up and only seeing out of one eye, and yet you're still in that grand final, and if anything, I think that's testament to their tenacity.
So, just to get everyone up to speed, the issue was with the timeout not being able to hear one another, so they are having the 30 seconds now to have the tactical timeout, and then we will be getting back underway.
does look like that time is starting to tick down. So fist bumps are exchanged in round 17. Map 1 of this grand final. It started with a xarakat swing. And ended with a push through the smoke.
For the pistols, we've tied things up and we've got Furia on a half bike. We'll be fully strapped to the next. They already won a lower by round towards that B side in the first half. Let's see if they can pull off another one. Amen push again.
Interesting, yeah. Rox is ready to receive this. He hears this coming. Relays the information. He's preoccupied. And oh, it's just a farm fest.
Good management of the angles there from Rox. Make sure he's able to take the fights towards mid if called upon. Now we'll just be 0-4 as Fury takes down the orb, but just go finish A. Rox is going to attempt to cut off the rotation. Apex should be escorting that bomb over towards the under-fortified site. You'll have Mezzy stay to make sure that there's no escape route through cave or the ramp. Oh, this is going to be no timing.
Yeah, I wonder if Rox is going to be touched in time. He is.
Perfect.
Very well done. Attempted pace change, but we will get into the guns. Molodoi will be equipped with his signature AWPs. Aren't we the same?
So 2 rounds, and sure, one was a gun, one was a partial, but aim pushes from Furia. And I guess if you do want to play for early, but that's not a bad way to do it. But the traditional full B lane and mid press, we'll see the 2 or 3 starting mid, vice versa, with the elbow smoke, the door smoke. We've got double orbs, so both teams pulling it out within this map. Fallen picks it up alongside of Molodoi.
Yeah, the Gabriel class cannon. And Flamesy set up to succeed in middle.
So they've got heavy cave with this defense.
They have, but you can just that's a big one. Molodoi doesn't get a chance to pull the trigger. And look at his waltzing into the side double cave set up. Simon catches the line. Up the ramp, just as an 8-man for him. Delivers around for vitality. Double over. It was the wrong ball we were talking about. Simon's in the zone. Announcing his presence. Quite a warm reception for the birthday boy.
Yeah, I was going to say, a trophy would be a pretty nice present, and another one. Looking for number 9. Vitality have made no secret that they wouldn't mind breaking Astralis' record of 10. That means they would need to be flawless. Chunk do it to Hong Kong and to Budapest.
And if he keeps running up around and killing the entire team, they will have light work.
He's been in great form. He's looked like a man possessed in some of their games. Will they be able to find Fallen in time? Bomb goes off. It doesn't look likely. He's searching over towards main. He wants to retain his. That'll be 4 for his troubles, but 10 secure now.
You know, that is the Cyber equivalent, the ancient equivalent of his banana play. We call it Cyber. You know, this is the ancient version.
And that's a great shot, though. Not a head-to-head he's familiar with. And then just on the fly, knocking him down.
Thank you for playing.
They do love the fact that we've got veterans of the modern era that fall in Apex, taking risks.
Evil half out of Apex watching Zymo do him dirty. Out mid this time.
Well, let's give the orb to Molodoi. Right now, in the wrong position. 2 already pressing red.
Yeah, almost every Furia game you're reminded of how much faith Fallen has in this new sniper. A role previously Fallen was synonymous with.
Gearing up for an A-split right now.
You have got this Fallen tree.
Scope's hurt.
Long smoke trajectory. Oh, nice clear. Fallen exposed and removed. Xarakat saved, and then he breaks it open. And Robs opens up the sight. Fury quick on the rotate. Robs has got an opportunity here. Will Molodoi want to do anything with that AWP? It's a valuable cargo. And he might just peek in to Simon. That was quick.
Give it a go now.
Yeah, they might. Yukinda's coming in from main. Messi, however, in this power position, should have him get the rides just like that. And they'll be backing away to save it.
Okay, well, Vitality in full control now. 11 rounds confirmed on the explosion of that bomb. Come on, Flamesy. Can't get it done. Yuri will topple him.
I don't think he's keeping it.
This is going to be 7 consecutive rounds on the T side. Nothing to boast about for Furia.
At least he gets away.
They really need to start getting something going.
Yeah, CZ started with empty hands deep into this one now. 7 consecutive rounds. Closest to come, you 3-kill rounds. You need a lot more.
Yeah, they won't use their last tactical timeout, so it is desperate times. Further up next, Vitality's map choice. Means you could potentially find yourself 2-0 in the hole, and then you go to Overpass, which was the map that you beat them on in Stockholm. So this is where you wonder, did you get a little bit too tricky? Did you fall for Apex and Xstance's trap of Ancient? Still early doors, but this is your ESL Grand Slam winners for Season 5. Now they can't get 2 in a calendar year, but they win this one, they can be back-to-back, the first to ever do it, in Krakow to start 2026.
Action on mid. Jumping up is xarakat. Fancies his chance for this extra elevation. He's done well there. Plays around the gap up their elbow smoke. Now replenishes properly. Action on the ramp as well. You can see Yukinda considering it, but you've got the man advantage. You'll realise that and fall back.
Up again.
Apex has got a molly for the long side. That's going to make things awkward and hot heavy for Yuri. Confirmation of his presence. Now you have the ore, the Molotov to force his reaction. This could be a nice pick back from Zywood. Yuri and Yukinda locking down the site for now. Apex on his way up the ramp. Spraying, spamming, hoping for a connection. Yukinda's lost his weapon in the smoke. It's a 4-on-2. Your exit kind of covered. As you can see, Fallen's going to be jumping up towards the heaven side.
Right now, it's about Furia not overplaying their hand. If you're Vitality, you can sit and wait and see when someone oversteps the mark to get a pick back in. And so we'll be able to search for the AWP.
Still have that vision. Flash doesn't connect. Monoid should be set for success. Ooh, does hit the shot there. Yukinda's bullets finish the job, but there's Monoid.
Okay, they're on the board.
A start.
Yeah, they used their 3rd tactical time after that, and it has paid off. So there's going to be plenty of cash you have to work through, and we're starting to get late in the map. Too many more rounds of regulation. So there's just a 2-round gap. Another full wide. At least one more after that for Vitality. That's the big side there. I think Yukinda was trying to pick up one of his little foes in case of that smoke, but it's ended up costing him. As mid control given. Might just go straight to a execute, yeah.
It's going to be a test, yeah. See how they fare. Yukinda, a bit of chip damage. Oh, actually a lot of info. Quite a lot of bodies. They picked more low from the spam. Simon's taking down the Bianca though. Yukinda on Kane, going to try as hard as he might to kick up a fuss. The rotation from Molinoid just a little late. Vulnerable to that long side swing. Oh, xarakat hit him through the boards. Cheeky, got the bomb, they scream at it. Apex trying to punch in the code. Yukinda caught out nice from Flames. Molly denies the plant. Hang on a second. xarakat. Next victim of Flamesy. Double kill on him. That's a stunner. Removing number 3. Falling in the clutch. Having a go. Tweaked on it. Oh, no! The professor arrives. Teaches them a lesson.
Only 6 kills for Fallen, but those two, the echoes of impact. Makes it a 1-round game. The Godfather is going to usher in a new era of Brazilians.
Look at this wallback.
Yeah.
It's a sly one.
It's cheeky from xarakat. I thought that Flamesy had the hot hands.
Oh man, especially considering Ford did not have the certainty on the pillar position. 5 HP unit, but he does it. Okay, we've got a second half now.
And we're getting back to those scrambles that were delight within the first. We're going to go B again. It's going to be a simple playbook, doesn't it? Start not being harassed from Cave with the spams. Nobody jumping and managing up mid either. Kinder rotates back to B, joins Yuri, who's having a great night, 17 kills. And Fallen donates the util. Holiday has full info on A main. xarakat can jiggle donut and Fallen can jump spot red. So they have all the info they need as they start to slather on the B utility now.
Yeah. Double Molotov, flashes, smoke on the short sides. I'm hoping for that long player's reaction. It's not being given. Yuri showing restraint. Now he prepared. Second wave of that util. Try to stop the default plant. You can see it's going to be swung in through, blocked in the smoke. Simon and Messi kind of tripping over each other. It looks great for Fury, but Faceit is starting to warm up. That hot hand you were discussing. Ain't like that Emperor of Flame. I started asking too much. There's Fallen and Yakinda. Put us into an all tied up game. Important round out of Yakinda, who's looking quite detached from the site. He arrives in time to do what Yuri couldn't, find those multis. And Flamesy, he gave his best shot into that one.
Yeah, 7 straight to 3 back. To loss bonus plus a flank, should be another 5. Timeout taken, second vitality. B executes, not hitting the mark. Now, they're getting in. It's just difficult in the post if you don't have that long control. And these are areas that are not familiar for Vitality. It's also tough for Apex to make calls on this map. This is literally his first official.
For such a season vet.
So you just wonder if you go with more of the same, because yeah, it was cumbersome. You bang on, Zyber gets blocked, but they also extinguish so that they can get the bomb down. It's always going to look a little bit clumsy.
I mean, surely it's going to be a diverse, it's a different call. You can't just keep calling these all-ins on B when they ain't working. And it will be a different start. It's a mid-protocol util thrown out by Flamesy. Makes his way out to no resistance. Is xarakat going to break the smoke? Yakinda's broken the neck of Saibu there. That's just through the smoke in the board.
Yeah, so it hasn't landed properly. Right. That is very misthrown.
Okay, well this one has come back to cost them. Okay, Yakinda. A twist of the knife at number 2. Flamesy down. Vitality limping.
It's funny like how easy this util is to throw if you know it. It's a big if. And now they're going to walk through the fade. So
yeah, it could work out.
They are giving a gap right now. Yakinda is playing retake. May as well play contact at this point. No point announcing your presence. And they'll be up and in. Just need to get across.
Doesn't have any way to delay either on incendiary. Hang on, that's a free throw for Yuri. And then Yakinda pokes in. It's all taking shape. Messi trying to do something in a 1v5.
Big plan guarantees another buy.
Okay, we're still getting run down. He's going to have his work cut out. Holiday will not allow the departure of the site. Map point, Fury.
Just been a game of streaks. 3 out the games for Fury in the first half with the pistol and conversions. 4 back for Vitality. 5 to close the half for Fury to end up with 8. Swap sides.
Wasn't an easy shot to hit either from Yakinda. Sure, they missed the smoke, but he punished it. Look at his mechanics.
7 straight for Vitality, kept quiet now. As Furia, the first to reach 12.
Just playing off that short and long side, it really was incredibly effective. No smoke on long makes it all too easy. Last round regulation, folks. Will overtime be required? Or can Furia boast an ancient win? Set himself up for the bladed flames. Warning shot hits the shoulder of Flame of Fallen. xarakat tucked on red. An orthodox angle might be unclear here by Flamesy, but the flash might connect as well. You can see Molotov tight on the line though. just like that.
And I don't know about Xarakat. His activation could be the guarantee. 4v5. Furia got them right where they wanted to pick up map number 1.
Vitality have not been able to kind of get in cleanly versus this Furia and Yakinda duo. They've got 45 seconds to change that. Molly side, Cubby occupied, Yakinda. Will he go unclear? This would be criminal. Surely you clear it now. Sullivan response is back. Nice find, pulls him in. Oh, the spray from Yuri has found him. Oh, Yuri nearly finds Robs as well. Messi on the short side needs this. Xaraka's quick. Nice for Robs and Messi. Keeps Vitality in it to win it. Trying to take us to OT. Bomb's not being planted. Bomb is not being planted. Flank from forward. 10 seconds. Messi, where's the bomb? He is screwed. Can they run him down? Can they wall back him out? Yuri's coming for you! Furia! They took the first map of this group final! Exactly what they intended to do! Didn't expect it to be on Ancient, but here we go! Furia take the first!
Maybe retake me. Retake me, bro.
Retake me, nice. Nice. He's on there. Go to try to end. Go back. Go try to end.
One was in red.
Can you go? Okay, flash deep K.
Oh, nice, Gertie.
Chill.
I'll flash B box. I'll flash box.
Maple work side.
Nice.
Nice, guys. Nice. Come on.
Okay. CT1.
Let's go. Sick.
Let's go together. I'm working left. What we need to kill, okay? Long reset.
Out me. In me.
One more side.
Flash. Side default. Flash. Landing. Nice! Take this guy. Grab the 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Yuri survive.
Hold on.
Yuri play. Play. Nice!
I feel we got exactly what we expected. A close game on a map where neither of the two teams were seemingly feeling 100% comfortable, but that usually makes for the best games of Counter-Strike. A bit close affairs with Yanko where it went back and forth. End of the day, Furia ended up winning by having a strong ending to the second half.
Here's the thing, Jacob. We got what we expected, and what was that? The cast really talking about it. This is that match. This is an FPL game. This is a Faceit pun, right? And the whole point about this ancient conversation and Vitality letting it through is, if you're Vitality, why would you want that? Why would you want the game to turn into a Faceit pun? Why would you want it to come down to that, smallest of things? when you have everything on your side, the experience, the map pool, that's why I question the reason to let it through, right? Furia is the underdog in this case. They're the inexperienced upstart when it comes, on a team level. The pressure is on them to figure out how to beat you, even on their best maps, right? On a grand final, it's a different sort of a beast, and I think you made it just a little bit easier for them, by letting them get ancient and having map play out the way it did.
100%. It's always easy to stand here and say, now that was a mistake, but you highlighted the issue coming into the game as well, saying that that probably should not have happened. Do you think Vitality are feeling the same in their game right now, that they made a mistake?
That's the problem. Is like that's the secondary, that's the butterfly effect of this happening, because now the players are like, how did we play? Like now they're going into, like, sure, if they can end up winning this finals, so they can 3-1 from here, and they'll look back and say, maybe for next time they'll do it, but no harm, no foul. The problem is if, doubt starts creeping in somehow, what if now on Inferno things start going wrong for you, and all of a sudden, right, you're 2-0 down, and all sorts of issues can crop up, but you have faith in Vitality because of everything they've been through together and everything that they've showed, that they'll be able to just, sweep this aside and say, all right, Dan, gamble, didn't work out, we'll still have your back.
Yeah, they got no other choice, to be completely honest. Let's focus on the beginning of this game. First half, round 9 Yanko. Furia went off to a hot start in the beginning of this game, looking like the better team.
They won the pistol and converted, then they struggled with the aggression from Vitality, but this is the round where they started to get back into it. But chaos at the start, and look at it, like the people are going in through the smokes, coming back through the smokes. This is a 4v5, but somehow Molde finds a tag. Yuri gets to heaven without Roms covering heaven for his teammate. Right? People jumping around. I mean, this was hilarious at this point in time, and it ends up somehow in a 2v2 with Molde and Kinder already having the A bomb site, 1v2 for Molde. Very quick on the final few shots. He's down to his last bullet in the AWP, doesn't miss. And this is a massive clutch for him early on, right? To put Furia on the board. They won all the remaining rounds in the first half, and I think it was also a great sign for him to start off strong in the first map of the grand final. We know he's still a little bit of a momentum player, so this is a great sign for Furia for this final.
I was just about to ask you, like, how important is it to have Molde getting off to a start like this, where you can get all the nerves aside, where you can actually show yourself and show the world that, listen, it doesn't matter if it's the final boss, doesn't matter if it's side over Vitality, I can hold up to my own.
I think it's incredibly important. Sure, they won 2 finals and he's played in a couple of them before. Belgrade had a bit of a crowd and everything, but we're talking about an IEM, we're talking about going against Vitality, the final boss, right? So you can't really be sure how a player is going to perform in that sort of an environment, and Molde has definitely delivered.
Now, it wasn't all doom and gloom for Vitality. I know that ending to the first half wasn't great. You're down 8-4. Messi comes in the second half, acing in the pistol round, and you think to yourself, okay, what can happen? Simon was missing for the vast majority of the game until he stepped up round 18, came in with an ace, or came in with a quad kill with the AWP as well. At that point, I felt, okay, Vitality, they're taking over. It's a game of deathmatch, and when it's a game of deathmatch, the better players usually win.
Yeah, and you look at, okay, that was the Messi, we were talking about it beforehand. He has an ace in the second pistol, really important for Vitality, and then Zywu gets a 4. Okay, they're actually going to somehow push this over the finish line, right? But in the end, I guess the old dog still has a couple of tricks left up his sleeve.
That's what it felt like. I feel like after that side round with the AWP quad kill coming into the round, it did feel like Vitality were gaining momentum. But I think one of the issues you were raising is that when you don't play a map and you don't practice on a map, like you have maybe 1 or 2 tricks up your sleeve, 1 or 2 plays, but as soon as they face the wall of Furia, nothing else to offer with.
I think that's what we talked about. It's like if those quick plays and then finding openings don't really work, what do they have to fall back on? I mean, this is basic stuff. It gets boosted up. It's like, okay, I can take some more space. Just keeps pushing, keeps hitting shots, like you said, deathmatch sort of a style in this round. And the problem became that, it was 8-4 for Furia, then it was 11-8 for Vitality, right? I mean, they were able to bring it all the way back, but props to Furia for being able to find the adjustment in the end, right? I think they realized, all right, if you just don't give them any openings, and play a bit more passive, play a bit more retake-ish on the B bomb site. I mean, their executes are not going to be super clean. They probably need to have protocols in place and not really have good post plans either. Like, you're not used to where do I stand, how do we play off of each other. Like, these are all things that you need to practice and you need the reps. And that was the turning point. They started playing more far back and they started winning some of these retakes on the Furia side.
Now, speaking of a turning point, round 21, I feel like that's when we saw momentum shift in the game, and as you said, Furia were able to close it out.
Yeah, right, you can see 11-8, 11-9, Furia just wins one round. We get right back into it, full by some aggression towards Heaven, right? Zion gets a kill, gets traded, and now it's going to be the Flames he showed. 3v4, he steps up, gets the one kill, gets the second through the smoke. Is he going to find the third, but then falling in 1v2, he doubles his kills in this round. He had 3 kills up until round 21. 2 of those were hunting, saved guns, so no impact whatsoever from Fallen. But in this round, he steps up, wins the 1v2, right? And you felt like, all right, this might be it, because from your captain and also a player who's been struggling the most during the game to step up in such a fashion, that's when everyone on the team is like, right, now we have this. Like, he delivered us the round and kept them alive, and they were able to just ride that wave all the way to a map win.
That's the crazy part. Fallen was sitting at 35 ADR in this game, only 8 kills, but what an important round that was from Fallen. We also had a bit of a check-in with the coach of Furia, Sid, after winning the first map.
Sid, can I ask you 2 questions? Is that all right? Did that ancient play out exactly the way you expected it to play out?
I expected it to be a little easier, but we actually started messing up with the things that we had, because it's been a while since we practiced the map. But because I thought they would have nothing, but they played well, they had some things too, and yeah, gave us.
Can you tell me about the comeback in that second half as well for you guys, and what was key there?
Marix had a great pause, he said that we needed to step up comms, and also we adjusted some of the setups we were doing. And then after that, the game started feeling more comfortable for us because of how we were approaching the map, and that was a great pause break.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for your time, and yeah, good luck going into Inferno.
Alright, enough about Ancient. Now let's revert back to what we know. Inferno, between these two teams, a map they played twice, a map Vitality have absolutely been owning Furia.
Yeah, but Furia been stepping up lately on the map, and the problem last time around was the T side for Furia. Losing pistol, losing the force by first gun round, they tried to explode onto A, didn't work out, right? So I expect them to slow it down on their T side. Play default, winning a pistol would mean a lot, for them to have some sort of a buffer early on in the game, but this is where you expect Vitality to be able to stabilize. The last 2 losses on this map in the last 3 months were both in overtime. They won 7 times outside of that, so a really strong map for them.
Knowing Overpass is coming up, a map that Furia won 10 times in a row, I feel like this is the joker. If they can somehow, some way win Inferno, they are in prime position to win this grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can ride the momentum at this point in time, they might very well be in for an upset.
Alright, there's only one way to find out whether or not that upset is gonna happen. We're heading on to a quick break before we have the second map of this grand final coming at your screens. It is Vitality taking on Furia on Inferno. Vitality have put themselves in a hard position after losing Ancient. Inferno is a must-win, knowing that Overpass coming up.
Piece, a one-of-one original, James Starfield of the Rings.
It's nice, but I was just looking to add to my Codex collection.
How about this? Mattis mousepad, untouched with the original staining.
Yeah, you're telling me you're not onto these?
Zontic's Eastern Riz tutorial, telegram invites 50 a pop. Tom Cruise jacket? Device.
Bro.
Vintage 2018 simple. Cologne confession priest scowl?
Mate, I'm just looking for Colex.
Then why are you here? They're available online with no limits.
No queues, no limits, no reprints.
The scalpers. Would somebody think of the scalpers?
Damn guys, we almost had it.
Thank God that's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards EPL. Experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/EPL.
Here with Zaro, you've won plenty of clutches in your time. What's the most memorable?
I think it was the 50-51, I would say.
Okay, alright, I remember that one very vividly. Alright, what we're going to do right now is we're going to have like a bit of a bracket of your clutches. So let's start with number one. Look at number one, and it's going to be versing number two.
Okay, so finally I remember this one. I think this was really stressful as well because grandfather against Navi was the third map. We know we can do, like we can be down like 2-1 if we lose this map. So it was really pressure moments for everyone. I remember that I had to like secure 1v1 kind of because I knew if I tried to play 2v1 it's gonna be hard. And I know one was jungle, so I didn't expect like him to be benched like this because he's playing kind of 1v1 in the mirror. But after that, I just tried to pick like the easiest one on my side.
Okay, well that clutch will be going up against number two. So let's play number two. Yep.
So this one is okay.
This was huge.
Yeah, this one is more simple than was also like for the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Against I've done like 12-6 after, and I don't know if we were able to win this game if I don't pull up like this maybe clutch. So it was kind of really important. I would say more important than Colin.
Yeah, okay. So at what point do you think, is it that far there from Kixon where they misplayed it?
I don't think he misplayed it because I think he was scared to go in because maybe I can say
open, yeah.
He really open. But just that now, like I wanted to play really fast because I don't want them to have good vision. Like I'm having a crossover between ramp and the other side, and I have to play both of them like this. So that's why I went instantly on the left trying to catch someone because I knew I had Nico going towards ramp. So I tried to secure the 1v1 like this.
So with these two clutches, you're sure Cologne versus or Melbourne, which one wins?
I would say Melbourne.
Okay.
Just for like Grand Slam, the Grand Final, for the comeback as well, for all these like memories we had.
Sure. The importance of that type of clutch. Okay, nice.
Give me some aggression, yeah. Perfect. Nice.
T'as ton tour de prep là, c'est relou. Calme-toi, tout va bien, ça va bien se passer. T'es pas comme ça normalement.
At least Silas locked in.
What is that?
What the fuck?
Oh, please.
I've made a huge fucking mistake.
Let's go, Nico! Nice, Nico! Let's go!
Vitality and Furia map 2, silly business done. Ancient was the first map. Furia take it. This dark horse is a thoroughbred, rising through the ranks. The catalyst to their conversions being none other than a Kazakh and a Latvian. xarakat now at the international squad brought to him. Vitality are going to look to rock the boat back in their direction. A roll on the dice on Ancient. Further land for both. Now we head into more familiar territory. Now we return to regular scheduled programming. It's going to be a CT start for Furia Vitality. A must-win map as Des discussed. Overpass number 3. But this is a strong suit, right, guys? This is where Vitality does some of their best work.
And this is where they need to assert their dominance. So that Ancient was just a blip on the radar. Month ago, EPL quarterfinal, Inferno 13-7.
How much has changed?
You took 4 Apex, Messi, and Molly for Robs. Now, Robs is over towards second mid. That could be used for Pit. sure, has plenty more options available, but just with the parting 3-2 horse, looks like it's going to be Abs Poppy. Yuri there as Molyneux probes down middle, sees nothing. Banana contact taken by Yakinda.
Yuri's playing with that pixel one time, will fall back. Confirms Abs is occupied.
You two available right now to long end moto and just go. As long as moto. It's a flash out.
Okay, Yuri, this is awkward. He's still on his turn. The flash can't get the frag. Molyneux can. Trade up available. Cross onto Molyneux. Looking good. And runs outside to ensure the pistol's there.
Yeah, the runway was wide open. It's now to ammo to convert the kills of Yakinda. He'll be found by the blue. 1-0, pistol for Vitality. 2 out of 3, and headset goes off there for X-Tats. There might be another tech issue, Alex.
Potentially.
It's funny, we haven't really had too many dramas up until this point, so we'll see if that is even the case.
We're saving them all up for the grand final.
Of course. We're going to extend the best of 5 for as long as possible. That's tough because you're hoping to run with momentum, right? You've just gone out there, you've had your team chat, you've been in your huddle. You said we all knew this was a possibility. There's a risk we're happy to take. What we decided upon as a team. We didn't get the conversion. It was damn close. We had some fun moments. Mezio today, Zoe, the birthday boy, you got a beautiful 4K on your. Now, the best of 5 starts.
Yeah, and the way they framed it, you know, coming into this as well, when I had that brief conversation with Vitality staff, is that they came in with the understanding that this would just kind of be a warm-up, you know, play it like a Faceit game.
Well, that is exactly what it felt like to me. I think you have given Furia a little bit of confidence. As Molyneux becoming a fan favourite around these parts and becoming a favourite in general. Chanting his name and having to play with the crowd.
I mean, gosh. For someone of his age to already be, you know, not getting consumed by this environment, it's admirable. It really is.
He's around the right people.
You're right. 20 years young.
Just to recap the highlight results since Molyneux and Yakinda joined the Brazilian call. 4th of PGL Astana. Quarterfinals of the Blast TV Austin Major. Everyone making the most of the technical. IM Cologne quarterfinals. 3rd, 4th at Blast Open London. 1st official playgrounds. Quarterfinals at EPL season 22 and 1st at TWC. So they've got 2 trophies and with the coach getting involved. Why not, Sid? Well, we get this one sorted.
Give him a chance, you know, it's right, the coach gets a chance.
And Sid's a nice guy. He best gets cheers wherever he goes. He's a good sport.
He signed up for it.
I think that's what happens when you are a dominant team as well anyway. It happened to Astralis. You become a villain. I think people like underdogs because they can relate, but it takes something special to be great.
Staying at the top is the hardest part. We have already started to see that with Vitality.
They are mortal for sure.
It didn't feel like that at the start of the year.
Exactly.
It didn't. We need to get one of those decibel meters. You know, we're going to work out who really is the fan favorite. I think Molyneux might have the edge, you know.
Well, they haven't put Zyro on the can just yet.
That's true, yeah. I would have word on what the tech issue may be, but it does seem to be a long one.
Well, if the headset came from X-Tats, I imagine it was or just the audio issue of some variety. We can see some running at the back end around here where we are, so they are furiously trying to get this one sorted. Fun fact for everybody.
Oh, I like those.
25 years ago today, Counter-Strike was released.
Right.
So Counter-Strike is 25 years old.
Right.
Obviously we got the betas, but that's when it was incubating. Right, it was maturing to what we know and love today. And one of Counter-Strike's deities, Zywu, was born on the exact same day.
Yeah, that does almost sound a little too poetic.
Well, that's why it's been dubbed the game. The Chosen One has had a year to remember. 7 MVPs. Honestly, picked them in the post at EPL. Okay, well, you see, we're having a hot swap.
Okay. Trying trying to keep it jovial as well, especially if you're Vitality, like you just got a nice momentum starter, must-win map, grand final, you want to shake off Ancient, and then suddenly you're in a 10-minute hiatus with mics muted. You can pull your funny faces, you can play with the crowd, but you don't want to get too under your skin.
Yeah, and I think it's much easier for Furia to laugh in one map to the good. Show us Zywood. See what happens there.
He's had a couple.
Oh, he has?
Yeah, there we are. See? He's not playing, really? But he's not playing ball.
No, that's true.
You know?
When he walked down, when he walked down on stage, he did look very serious. Which I was normally very jovial, which doesn't mean he doesn't take things seriously. But
well, he didn't have a fantastic Ancient, did he? Was it 15 and 16? Average swing at 1.05 is it's not his typical output. Not that I have that expectation coming into a man. They have had 0 officials on.
Things get plugged back in now. Not too much longer to get things underway. Oh, sweetheart.
Seen a lot of positivity from the players. They really have had a lovely experience here in Chengdu, China. The crowd. I mean, the fact that we had it from the group stage, I just don't know how, but I love it all the time.
Yeah, right. Obviously, we are in a part of the world where that can be facilitated.
Yeah, very fortunate, and we made the most. But to see it completely, I mean, it is sold out. I mean, no seats available.
Back to the rafters.
At least once we got that weekend starting on Friday.
I guess we can use this time to lay the groundwork for the CT defense that will be on display from Furia. Fallen and Yakinda will be your B players. Xarakat mounted on the screen right now will be the rotating rifler between the sights. Yuri will be your A anchor. He caused a whole lot of havoc yesterday against Falcons in their semi-final victory. And Molotov as the AWPer. Yeah, I'm going to have a tough task, and I think Fallen was asked about Yuri having a good game, and he was talking about, yeah, well, if they did their prep, Yuri tends to play a lot of side, and he was playing a lot of pit that game, or it's vice versa, either way. So we'll see if things have been changed up into this one. And we're good. Freeze time ticket down. Look like we can get action back underway. Pistol rounds went to Vitality with an AXQ. Fury was overrun, Molotov out of position. Xarakat had a chance in through the smoke, found a bullet and denied. Force fight now, the Brazilian call. 457s, a deagle, and a little bit of U to a 3-man B star.
Be an important fight. Swinging on in, Apex doesn't get anything done, and neither does Benny from the first. So Forcepike gets the edge and full banana.
Aldo's in a strong position to grab another cheekily here.
Yeah, tapped on the boiler and doesn't track side. That's a quick one, just accelerates into the A side here.
You'd expect Yuri.
It's just Yuri here, turns the flash, can't find the Zywood last bullet. 6 HP left on him, as it does seem that their finds on banana not going to be converted into a second round. That's a nice day. It's well placed. Xarakat will fallen.
They should just hold on to the Mac 10s. Next round, that will give them 4 weapons. Right. They have pistols that they can drop, or they can drop the Mac 10s, and it means that they get another shot at trying to get max value out of these line of buys before the rifles are equipped. So,
but that's a perfect example. You know, it's not showstopper. It's not going in any frag movies, but that's exactly what you need from Zywood.
Exactly. Right? Or double. And they will be looking just to retain these rifles. Zywood needs to get out of the radius of the sight, as he's very low on HP. But it will read 2-0 in favour of Vitality, with the third likely but not with certainty. Not sure if they can win a best-of-5 grand final if Mezzi and Apex continue to have the level of performances they have been having throughout. Apex, I think maybe we could argue more par for the course level of expectation, and that new game against Mouse stepped up massively. And if Mezzi does have impact rounds like a pistol ace, they didn't win the map, so that does go against you, or Tech 9 rounds like he has throughout the tournament, then maybe they can, right? But it is going to be how much impact out of those rounds, how much value
That's a triple molly start out of Vitality.
And this is the same opener. Yuri Stadium spawned last round too, with his smoke ready to throw, so they're kind of going a two-way banana defense. He'll probably lob it out on a tell. Okay, this one's starting to fade. So this is just trying to channel them into A.
Wow, they actually take him down. It was long range, but with their powers combined, 5-7 from Yakinda softened him up. xarakat connects with that scavenge and save, Mac 10.
Okay, well, locked now, playing through.
Yeah, cheeky. To burst the expectation, flies into the headshot. Oh, Faceit cracks open the bomb site. Ensures it doesn't go awkwardly.
I like the response. There's a level of blood that has to be called there. Right, they're throwing this smoke. There's a reason for it, and playing through it nicely. xarakat, noisy with this, has been able to get himself an 80k, so that's a nice possession. It's precious to hold on to. Yutadi caught, Nezzy handles that, and really Fallen is the other one who's going to be searching for a frag, extra money to be made. The lines will come out into the next regardless. Apex is the one who's been told you will be staying with the bomb, or that's the choice he's made. Now that they have given over an AK-47. We will be 3-0 getting into the guns. Now Molyneux will be able to get out his ult. Vitality have had a good battle on Inferno by this event, especially against Mouse, right? So the mind games, the fact that it was their 10th and 11th head-to-heads in the calendar year. And Inferno being a bit of a fixture in a lot of those. So this is going to be the second time you play Furia, the first in a grand final. And Fallen knows you need reps against Vitality to understand what makes them work.
Damage converted, not quite on the jump spot. Hits the shot, Zyru low again. Could be another opening death, but whoa, no, never mind. He accelerates. Fallen's in trouble. Feels like it's inevitable. Oh, he still gets away with it. 2 HP on the extinguished. Fallen lives somehow, some way for a moment longer. There's the Zyru connection. And Molyneux nearly lost it.
He's bringing the action towards A now, trying to take some space, boiler and holes, isolate Yuri.
Yeah, you gotta find him. The pair player. xarakat, was he flirting with pushing the smoke? He considered it for a moment, but just tugs.
Longsmoke and the Halls has changed this. They're going to palm into the Longsmoke, Flamesy in the pocket. So I would now to join.
Flamesy has a molly. I wonder if he's going to bother.
I think he's just going to get traded.
Divergent from turns flash, still gets the kill. xarakat is gone. You know Yuri's on site somewhere. He's got that little sliver gap, but doesn't find him. Zyru progressing. Molly finds him, so does the bullet.
Key detail in this round, we're going to let him off the hook for the most U2 missed in a grand final map ever on Ancient, but this time we can't. The molly that went to go towards logs, I think, scuffed the top of the barrels. They were going to flush out the barrels player. It's detonated in the air, and it's given a bit of runway for Vitality to operate without harassment in Banana, so that has made things a little bit easier with those initial trades, and Zywu now 7-1. Can't give a good man down, especially not on his birthday.
Yeah, I do think that first map has got him into that Zywu zone. Because he's hunting with 1 HP, Jack. He just doesn't want to stop. He does not want Molyneux bringing that all through. 17, yeah! Run out with the block. That's cheeky from Flamesy.
Yeah, and if people were paying attention, you would have seen on Flamesy's cam there that Messi celebrated that. Removing the orb is actually quite huge. I don't know if they'll be expecting another, though. So right now, Molyneux has equipped one immediately. Flash comes over, they pivot back into that. It's a great shot from Zywu. Very well handled.
You know, they said they might not be expecting an orb jam. What about 2?
What about xarakat looting the other one? Excuse me?
This is a Furia buy that only Furia can have a go at.
A different taste.
That one hurts. A second name would make things awkward. He gets away. 12 points above. All Molyneux has to work with but he survives to tell the story of the
That's not the way
trip.
And still hasn't fired a shot, so it's a secret for now. Again, they're playing for reaction. If he does fire off with banana, they move quickly up mid. Does that mean they find themselves in the scope of xarakat? Flash half wall? Now they know.
Now they do. Ooh, they might be caught by this little contact maneuver. Mezzi is creeping forward.
Very aggressive.
Here comes Util.
Gonna play through.
Kinder and Molodoi. How do they fare? Flash and go. There's Yakinda, starts as he needs to go on. The combination, punch 1 and 2. There's a secondary Yakinda. Finally, Zywood brings them down. Double kill. Should facilitate the plant. It's a 3v2 with a long way to go. Do you want to give this one a look in? You've got the number advantage, but at AWP on xarakat, it's going to be difficult for him to chip in. Fallen just a P2000 and a smoke grenade.
That's low.
This one my favourite. Zywood plays it nicely. Removing Yuri, and number 2 is that unarmored Fallen. Even warding off xarakat with a couple of shots, so that all will be picked up. Zywood even retreats Molodois. There's another multi going on. Zywood denies the safest Fallen. Gets the most out of that P9 as he could, but xarakat Vitality keeping the win streak flowing.
Decent damage. A couple of players a little bit lighter on the finances, but a couple also around the 10k mark. Either way, long map ahead of them as this is a brilliant start, and that nade just bopping off the top of the dome right there. Fortunate to evade lethal damage from the follow-ups. And Kinder and Molodoi did more than enough on the defense. It's, as you mentioned, the rotation is being the orb, and nobody else really equipped with anything to find much punch. But that was a partial investment, despite 2 big greens. We do get a full gun round with kits, with nades, and the orb again. Zywood 10 and 3.
Yeah.
Mid question mark smoke lands. Looks like they want to play behind this quite quickly. 3 started towards A for Furia. They're not hedging B.
Attacks for xarakat on his mid-hole. They extinguish, they go. xarakat hears it all, but he's been put. Flames, he flies through the smoke. He caught the flash as well. Zywood places it well. Nice walk back. Molodoi confirms multiple bodies wrapping on the long side. Yuri standing on the balcony itself for the elevation. As he flagged with a push, flash in for the the library hunt. Fallen has vision though. Flamesy making things weird with the Molotov out. Fallen falls back as Flamesy's found. Vantage Furia, but a weird one.
Bomb stuck in library.
Yeah. Rob still apartments. Molodoi's holding for that. Looking lower as it currently stands though, but a quick flick not out of his wheelhouse. Yuri, oh, he's perfectly placed his crosshair there. A quick burst to the face as Apex goes down. A leg shot. Good finishing with the USP. Drops is trying to do something, but caught by Yuri. First 3 contributions from Yuri, and he gets it done.
Got to tip your hat to Furia there. I know it's something that they have been working on in the complexion of this roster. CT sides, the idea is re-aggressing, right? Taking back territory, getting information, pairing up, and right there they just play statues. Make sure they lose this opening skirmish. Good fight from Flames, but it's the AWP that stunts and stalls to wrap into A. Finds another on the clear. Very well done from Molodoi. But you see what I mean? Nobody moved. They just said, hey, we're going to back our aim, we're going to win these fights, we're going to use the man advantage. They don't re-aggress, that's what Vitality were hoping.
War zone on top of Banana right now. More util. As he can play around the smoke, tries to, does so well. 2 for 1, there's xarakat back in the mix for a moment.
B's open, bomb goes down.
Casualties, chat. And the B side will be lost.
It might just be a save. The question is more about the hunt as opposed to Yuri and Molodoi giving this a real look. Appears they're going to go fishing.
Interesting.
See how lazy Vitality become in the post.
Oh, that smoke is fading. Molodoi will stay on the line. Anyone take an inquisitive glance, there could be an old frag here. Zywood's dead! Yuri provides! Double kill already, progressing and covered just as he looks away! Yuri's got to come up first! He's doing it all for Furia! Looking for number 4! Yuri, sensational play!
A misstep from Zywood there. It's so silent. I think in that situation, maybe getting ahead, expecting it to be the save. And they've gone fishing. They caught a big one. Second round for Furia, and Yuri's the man they have to thank.
Wow.
Yeah, look, I think he's either trying to repause, he wants to use his nades, but either way, getting caught. Think about it, they're not spamming smokes, they haven't made any sounds, this one here. And then the fact that Flamesy takes down Molodoi, Yuri's just going to be channeled in. Molodoi is this way, but it's a massive clutch.
Jumping up, Brienne was there, Yakinda flicks on down, he's looking for number 2, but the dunk denies, it's Messi. Pulls them back, Zaru low HP, Helllight fallen.
Shift bilan boradimi? Garang.
Gonna be determined on his progression is Messi. Heard an audible reload on that sandbag. Molodoi's long side is a comfortable hole, with Rob's gone, it's just 2. Flamesy and Messi. Nice fire, tag on! Double kill into B, awkward for Yuri and Molodoi.
Here they go again.
That's a 2-on-4, certainly look like vitality of
Oh, there is a retake again this time. They are announcing their presence.
Oh, boys.
Timing.
Boom, Messi gets the info safely, can throw the block smoke, tough to deal with now. Flash and go, Yuri throws caution to the wind. Flash is there, but Messi's good. Delivers number 3. On those tech 9s. Messi and these pistols, I swear.
They reset the record and they're not getting lazy at the post this time, even with the slightest amount of time left. Staying diligent is Flames, just making sure Molodoi not hanging about. And they set the record straight. They know that they shouldn't have lost that to give over the seconds. They stay stubborn with the banana approach. They back their rhythm of util and their firepower output over that of Furious, but that is a nice round. And now both teams, in the span of literally 2 rounds, have gotten away with 1. Ancient gave us a flavor of chaos that you would love to see breed into every map, just with the detail of plans and util being on point. Honey there for Furia. So this Molodoi wants to start over towards A again. Xarakat also facing A, so it might just be a 2-3 start, meaning we might see something more aggressive towards Boiler and Halls, see if they can grab Robs throughout his progressions. Or are they expecting a change up from Vitality? There's that Halls aggression, catch it on the X-ray.
This is a very app-centric setup. And despite that, Yakinda is playing as though he's got no fear. The dunk will put side to side, and he finishes off the shot. Perfectly timed engagement from Yakinda, cover from Fallen, enables them to slip back, but he doesn't want to. Despite that man advantage, Yakinda wants to get another one going. It costs him everything. He goes down. In the meantime, Robs has managed to somehow isolate a duel on that app setup.
I did an investigation window, and Robs was just passive on the balcony. So the trap that they had set up to find Robs, he actually comes out on top of the cat and mouse game.
3 players in his area, and he manages to find one.
Yeah, but right now you expect Molodoi to drop back. He's actually stayed so aggressive in Halls, and he's got company.
Robs is coming in first. Will it be a wide split? Will he kick down? Wait it out! Wow, how's he ready? That's the trade out of Robs.
Xarakat needs a multi.
An awful lot to do, but they can't always. And they've only got 30 seconds for the finish. Now the bomb is on the back of Apex. Yet to see a contribution from Vitality's captain, and Fallen getting curious, pushes down B, wants to ensure he can at least lend a hand. He could lead to a flank on Apex if the timing allows. Backs his turn, trade not there. There's Fallen actually wants a Messi. Hang on a second, Robs is low. He has to pick up the bomb. This is so uncomfortable. Another bullet connects. The bomb the Fury is third. Right down to the wire. Robs his triple kill and still not around to show for it.
And picked the perfect timing, just Fallen with that push. Activates, calls Banana clear. At that moment, Xarakat knows trouble is knocking on his door. Means that he can be more ready than ever to deliver something, and by stalling them out in top mid. But this setup, the fact that they lose Yuri, Molodoi stays forward, it just creates this area that I don't think Vitality were ready for. Probably expecting them to fall back to site-centric defense. They stay forward and then back down to the pistols. Yukida, his antics, charging through Banana in the smoke for now. Might be flushed through this.
Such a huge discrepancy in the economy. Deliberate MP9, Yukida no-nade, he knew he was going to go for the sacrificial lamb. Full commit.
Gonna pop into this.
Yeah.
Only take the space, Furia don't know what's coming. Ollie sandbag.
Just around the mid question mark as well, Mikey Booth planted on A. Test of the setup. Get a safe from the nade.
He's going to have to play through the CT smoke on Fallen's flash or play retake. And the rotation is miles away.
This is their go. Just the two of them, Yukida and Fallen to try and defend. Oh my god, look at the connections, Fallen! Takes one, Faceit and Messi worse for wear off of his initial engagement. Got to see that default plan, Faceit is sure to go down.
Apex here.
They're coming in for that check on close half wall, that's where Cyber has tucked. Fury down, nice from Cyber, hang on a second, maybe Vitality with just the pistols, can pull off this ball by win, Mono doesn't think so. It's all they're stacked up on the coffin side. They know there's a fight, it's coming up on the fade. Charging through the pool side, Flamesy doesn't have the health for this, but he's trying his luck. There's a something from Messi, oh no! Fury falls to the pistols, Merriman steals from the rich and gives to the poor. As a seventh comes through for Vitality.
And Furia, they've done the hard work to punish Vitality and put them in these tougher situations, but throughout it's been a theme. Get the stats guys out there, they go through match by match and see how many Vitality have been able to scoop up where Tech 9s have been the statement piece. Furia with the spam through. Fallen doing a great job there with so much damage. And Apex gets on the board alongside of Messi at the right time. Zywoo lets out a roar. And now the shoe's on the other foot. Furia, how many can you get before the halftime break? You're going to have to work hard for these. Apps pop, 3 through.
So quick.
They're going through the smoke. They're disrespecting surely.
Yeah, okay, Serrato's going to be there with 5-7. Got bodies on side, attention drawn. It's looking good, it's looking fantastic. As 5 members of Vitality disappear round 11.
Man, that is beautiful. That one is a feel-good round there for Furia. Read it like a book. That setup was perfectly prepared. You got 3 players looking at you. Nobody blinds. And you're just jumping to your demise. A quick tour to the A bomb site. As in financial woes for both teams continue into the final round, first half, second map.
It's ugly again for Vitality.
Nice, the Tech 9s again, so why the hell not?
It's worked for them before. That name, not going to stop Zywoo. Hamstrung a little, operating under 61 points of health. Free smoke will limit his options. Doesn't want to emerge with a grey screen.
Hard to say, let's use these flashes for this fight. You've only got 2 left and 2 smokes.
Valid.
Waiting for the utils to subside.
Okay, Yukina's decided to just spray blindly into the smoke. Perfectly timed. Getting flashbacks of Vitality maps.
0 to 100 there. Surely that's done.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Forces it from one side to the other. Zywoo now investigates A.
Mononoy ready to receive them. Not ready, just as they're preparing to free aim. Mononoy gets 2 more. Drops into 1v5. Furia, a stabilization into this half. And Yukida secures it, that is stunning. What a recovery, it started 5-0 to Vitality. We've got an Inferno, a competitive second map in this grand final. Team China looking to crown a champion. Second map of this best of 5 grand final. Team Vitality and Furia. It's Inferno, which most would expect to see Vitality bouncing back from the loss of Ancient. However, a competitive half and a nice run towards the end of things has got Furia in the conversation.
It was the inverse of Force by Wars to start the game. It was Force by Wars to close the half. Going to be 2 from 2 pistols to map number 2. Bring that B defense. Heavy banana group. Apex flashes at the ready to set up Zywoo and flames over towards Sandbag.
Very nade intensive. Just the one Kevlar vest for Yakinda and one for Yuri. Okay, Flamesy trying to bait him in, back away. Flames will force Simon to do the same. He doesn't get what he wanted there. There's some flashes for Apex that sets them up for that re-aggress. Flamesy removed. Apex and Zywoo ready to biff, ready to brawl. Zywoo's been having a great time here on Inferno. He keeps it up in the pistol. Bit of a pistol demon, look at him go! Farms up number 3. Quick one back from Molyneux.
Bomb will go down, 2v3.
It's a necessary kill to keep the conversation alive of a Furia pistol here. xarakat through the smoke. The silencer, no protection. Apex gets caught and Rob's the same case. Molyneux punishes Rob's walk through the smoke. It's Mazzy to try and save them. He's got a pretty good pistol on him.
Can't take too long. There's a molly for the bomb if xarakat can find that.
You're right, if he removes xarakat immediately though on this fight, Molyneux is holding it. No, he's not. xarakat, oh, he's ready for you! Double kill for the 2 remaining. Furia take the pistol.
We trade out the pistols again, and Molyneux 15 frags. He is going toe-to-toe with Zywoo on the other side of the server.
Yeah, everyone was wondering how on earth you're supposed to find another one of them. Well, Furia is scouting.
This right here is xarakat most impacting the map as well. Him and Molyneux have been the best 2 performers for Furia throughout the tournament run, so he's showing up right on time. And round 2, drop there for Vitality, but they will force it. Messi on the scout, Robs gets out in M4. He's been gifted that by Zywoo, but this looks like just a B rush, straight into an execute. They're not messing about.
Apex lost his 4th belt of util. Damage does find the mark of Yakinda and xarakat.
I just think with how quick you have this top banana control, they are worried about a flank behind, but they might just stick to their guns, and you can break through this. It does seem risky against the pistols. Shell shocked again by another nade, but only a little bit of damage, and if they use heaps of mollies, you're in the clear.
Yeah, they're going to be in trouble here. Yakinda's going to be leading in. Spearhead of the assault. Good find from the spread. Hang on a second, the pistol's punching through a couple. Fallen emerges from the smoke victorious with Flamesy gone.
M4 for this retake. Rob's going to need to do a whole lot of work. Get boosted.
You're right, setting him up on the vantage point to spot out Fallen. That's enough. Gets what he needed. They have to leg up only for a moment. Molyneux doesn't play scared. Instead, mantles up, finds Robs over the smoke, now tucks in.
And they're re-smoked, right? They're going to have to try and get this M4 and fight from a different direction. I don't even know if you can go for this now.
I think that kill onto Robs may have very well sealed the deal.
Get this M4. Where's it gone? All the way back into spawn. Yeah, no chance now. Bomb is way too far gone.
I mean, competitive threatening for that second round, but Molyneux finding his 16th does seal the deal.
All right, and the liquid damage done. Messi retains that. Zywoo picks up the M4. He can either drop it again or buy some armor for himself and give the deagle to someone else. Looks like he's going to go with that option. He's 17 frags. Why the hell not? They need him.
It started so well for them. They managed to, find the info on the jump spot. Molyneux just brings the fight back, not letting them get too comfortable on the retake.
Yeah, that's the key in some of those post plans.
Shrugs off the Messi scout shot.
And we're all tied up.
Okay, heavy advantage for Furia to take A.
Zywoo is starting B with that M4. Rob's aggressive in halls, doesn't have support. Apex gets the scout to look down mid. And banana control quickly again. Been where some of the strengths and woes for Vitality have shown themselves in their games against Mouse. This one has a different flavor. It's not just all 5. Taking to this side of the map, xarakat forces out util. Fallen, alongside of Yakinda, investigate pulls a boiler. They have an option available now. In float with the bomb at his feet, Molyneux. Exchange of smokes again, so they are just calling through this. The biggest factors is trying to bleed out those nades. Make sure that you put enough of a threat. The CTs can't just greed their util. So they've been donated an extra.
Oh, okay. Messi, with these pistols, has found Vitality something, a little glimmer of hope perhaps, but they are going to exec in. Flamesy throws out a God Flash. Zyron will try and peek off of that. In fact, Flamesy actually finds xarakat through the smoke. Is it going to crumble for Furia? It very well could if that Deagle had connected. Buys them some time, a moment's respite.
It's the scout that's close though, what's he meant to do?
I mean, hit a crazy shot through the smoke, that's his only option.
Ross will have full banana control, but he's going slow, he doesn't know that they're all site-centric. Messi's found himself an AK and has a molly. They need to get a move on if they want to win this.
Molly towards new box, nobody home. Yuri is going to be vulnerable to the Apex scout, depending on how he clears. He wasn't ready for that position. Yuri brings him down. Messi probably likes the way that AK feels in his hands right now. I don't want to throw it away, but on his back pedal, caught by Yuri on the swing. Robs a similar goal, but Yuri a similar result. 8 for Furia, threatening as always from Vitality, but the guns will have to come out round 16.
All right, well, 2 opportunities that Vitality could have won on the line of bias go missing.
One Apex blade.
And for the first time in this map, Furia take the lead. How long can they hold on to this? Zywood doesn't bring out the orb. Shot there to open things up for Messi. Lodo gets his, however. This is where that quarterfinal at EPL and the veto really comes home to roost. If Furia snatch this overpass next, and Furia have already beaten them on this map before.
Kind of been their MO though here in Chengdu. Vitality doing it the hard way. How many times have you think Mouse had them?
How many times did he reverse sweep best of 5 finals? Pretty damn rare.
All right, good point.
Campbell away from B. They've just left Flames on his lonesome. Apex will join A, and he's having one of those tougher Apex performances. That molly has missed. Campbell looks good.
It does. Vitality well positioned. Kinder pathing in. Robs on that balcony, a crossfire established, Messi beheaded. Nice find, forced down into the fight by the flame. Yakinda suspects there is a Zymo on side, and he's ready for him. Entering into the angle, Yakinda prepared. Furia break into the A site despite the gamble.
Beautiful. No other way to put it, really. Diligent stuff, and even with that rotation, now it's about the hunts. And look at the radar. No one is hanging around with that bomb. They are confident Apex and Flames are attempting to save these M4s. It wouldn't be the first time they've taken everything away from these two.
Yakinda's coming for you. Flamesy on that elevation can provide some support.
Very committed.
He knows he's going to have to take a fight at some point, wants to do it on his terms. Fallen is going to be met by a trade from Yakinda. Apex 2 and 12, and it seems 13 is on his way, just like that. Molodoi closes it down. He opened up the round as well. Pick off of the balcony player. Robs didn't get a chance to play.
Yeah, and it was wallbang, so it must have been a fast one there.
I feel like he is one of those AWPers that is hitting these crazy quick flicks on the corner of walls as well. Notice the penetration of the AWP and leverages it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Through the
railing. Well, this is 4 straight in the half. 6 straight if you consider the way that the first half ended. So momentum has shifted and Partial is equipped. Apex back with this Mag 7. Rarely see it getting anything done. Doesn't mean it can't, and there wouldn't be any better time than now. Both teams have been able to win low and high rounds. No reason to ride them out of this one.
Okay, he's survived the salvo.
Smoke behind to act as bait.
Oh, that wallbang wasn't far off as well. I think Apex thanking his lucky stars, and it might pay off. Okay, xarakat knows what you're up to. Good clear.
Hey, it's hard to see that getting output if it's not in chaos. With how good players are in the modern game, at clearing all of their angles, you're not pulling a fast one on a player like xarakat.
Deliberate UMP here for Yakinda. He knows he's going to be the first man in. Wants that running accuracy. He clashes with Robs' MP9 here. If he throws out that smoke, it's going to get awkward. They know where you are. Springs in, burst, doesn't quite find lethality.
All right, well, the armor, 2 of these 3, is worth something into the next round with the lost bonus maxed on out. This will be the 5th. Anything you can do, we can do better, Fallen says, as he has called his team into 5 rounds straight on the T side as well. But throughout this year, Vitality have only lost to 7 opponents. Won 8 of the grand finals they've been a part of. The only one they lost was against G2, Fast Open London, and that was a 5 mapper. So once they make it to the final, they get the job done with only 1 blemish on that record. And right now, it's looking scary. Furia are going to extend this lead to 10. It's a 3-round gap.
Genuine contender in Furia.
Major right around the corner. There would be no better time to take a scout like this. That's the last man standing. All 5 look to stay alive for Furia. That's going to feel damn good. Zaiwu saved his pennies there, so the AWP will immediately be invested upon. Timeout from Xtaz. And they're starting to sweat. Now Vitality, no stranger to clawing back to matches.
Sure.
Melbourne Grand Final against Falcons.
Sure.
And the Mao's new game in recent times, but at the moment, nothing going. And I know from Fallen that he has high respect for Apex and Flames. He's layering of utility over towards B on the CT side. It's something that I'm sure he's studied and looked to find some gaps, find some holes or responses to deal with them. If they win this one, they could just run away with this second half and then move into overpass, their map choice, to 3-0 Vitality. Xtaz in a useful 30 seconds.
Well, I think in Xtaz's mind, he hadn't accounted for this. Sure, he may have thought about the ancient slip-up, but Inferno was seen as a safe haven, a way to immediately level out the odds.
Let's
go with it. Yeah, let's go.
His round cancelled early. Cheeky double naked Furia started on the right foot.
More than that, it's information of the 3-man B-star.
You're right. He's not the usual candidate. How does Fallen leverage that? He starts to search middle. Zaiwu's orb is posted. Yakinda Boiler making his move, making pressure with the Molotov. He still has line on Boiler. How dangerous is Yakinda feeling? Leaks on out, does catch a nice timing, throws out a replenish of the flame. He's done well there. Takes the space, or at least forces off the AWP line.
At this moment, you go for a BXQ.
Oh, it's absolutely perfect. Biggest smoke break. CT smoked, and you're just going to have to save.
They're going to hunt them again. They have more than enough money.
This
is 11.
There's
no way this one will go against them. Vitality have given over control completely. The bomb to be planted with 40 seconds on the clock. Now, as long as Yakinda stays alive, he's understood this. He doesn't need to play forward with the round is secure. He just needs to contain. Now, as soon as they realize it's oh so quiet, the smoke's fading, there's no one behind them. Let's see if Fallen wants to call his team into the hunt. Because again, removal of these guns is massive. Sure, the loss bonus is maxed out. If you can wipe the board, what do they need to do? Hunt is rapidly on the way. He's got to try and push them out of places. He's going to need some sharp shots.
And Yakinda's starting to be that first man. Ross is ready for this first fight. Confirms pit occupied. Does Fallen call off the Panther?
Oh, nice.
I think they will. Not interested in giving too much away. 11 to Furia, map 2 of this grand final.
And a flawless T-half. 6 rounds straight with the last 2, not a single blemish on the record.
When does the buck stop?
Well, you might feel that you're in a scenario where you need to force the issue. Just so tough.
The layering.
Yeah, Molly caught in the head. You have to, if you want to go forward, you're into the nades. So beautiful from Furia. Tempered start.
People say Inferno's T-sided, but not 6 consecutives are T-sided.
Snades again. Get it to a damage through the room.
Hang on, you needed a clawback there, and Flames gave it a go, but it cost him more of his health. Down to just 14. Deep nade looks like it's destined for damage. It does.
Molyneux swaps out with xarakat.
Kinder's on a quicker timing here, and Simon this time will not make the same mistake. Finishes him off. Advantage Vitality. Molyneux, full commit to this. He's trying to be a playmaker. Bogdan's the AWP to xarakat, and actually a smoke spam puts him down to just 2 HP. So looking very good. The strongest case Vitality have made for their first CT round.
Still feels like they want info. They're playing quite forward on middle. So with Porch, as he tucked into the pocket. B-Fake dropped in. Silently boosted to window. And not so silent anymore. So didn't get this one perfect. Flames are cheating over now.
Okay, Molyneux onto Mezzi's a problem. Especially when the AWP misses his first on the short side. Block util, trying to slow them down 20 seconds. Furia still throwing themselves into the site. xarakat's nade does remove Robs, but they shouldn't have a chance here. xarakat's got his 10 HP AWP and backing away. Doesn't want to die after time. Retreats as Vitality succeed.
Okay, well there was a moment on that execute in where the trades go the other way and they steal 12. But Vitality, they get there first and they start to settle into this CT side. That's thanks to the Zywoo flick onto Yakinda in Boiler to give them the opening incision. Here it is again. We caught twice. And first tactical timeout from Furia. Now they're all safe, they already had plenty of cash. It might extend a few more AWPs in the hands of Molyneux down the stretch because loss bonus just came in at 1,400. So starting at the bottom of the barrel, they understand that they'll get a couple more cracks at this before the financial woes will really start to play in. 30 seconds as well for Vitality to talk through their next moves. They're not in a position where they'll have a residual buy if they do lose. Have to regard those saves and see how that factors in. But this has been a damn good half from Furia, especially considering the pistol, the xarakat and Molyneux snatched back a numbers disadvantage. They've been running with that gift. Just one more to guarantee OT.
There's that early Molotov, Yuri consistently throwing it out. This time Vitality playing behind it. There's their first flashback. They're trying to boost up the AWP. Molyneux, does he get spotted there? I don't think he has been. Now he can uncrouch and potentially punish.
In the open.
Flamesy's committed. They aren't just going to stand and hope that if Flamesy makes a mistake over the tip of the smoke, he's got additional vision. And there goes Apex. Swing into his demise. Furia set up the Kazakh sniper for the frag number 22.
You wouldn't believe it, but that's his first opener.
Wow, what a way, what a time to find it. In pursuit of 12, map 2 of a grand final.
Apex individual woes continue, 3 and 15.
They set up a trap and
Flash in a fight.
Straight through it. Flamesy has a look.
Info.
No one home. And info flows both ways. Furia are aware that might be Vitality's understanding.
Still got time to change their plan.
But doesn't look like it's going to be stubborn about this. Those pieces are still moving in transition. Pressure applied on the short side.
Go back to B, they're all stuck in pit.
And then you start wrapping long side as well. This is nice with the 3-4 smoke up. Yakinda falling, partner up. Flamesy has a complete island. He's in so much trouble. Flamesy has to step up and deliver. And delivery goes! Flamesy with 3! Vitality needed him to step up, and Fallen's doing his best to try and dig himself out of trouble, but there's no time for anything. Flamesy almost single-handedly saves Vitality from conceding a handful of map points.
The kid is on an absolute island right there. Give him a pat on the back. He has had some masterful moments on the A4, but this time with the 8K, he needs to deliver that level of output, or they're in the sight, the rotation's cut off. It cannot be overstated, the level of importance of this triple kill.
Outrageous. The fact that it's the low HP sniper going down second, Yuri just couldn't catch him.
Last crack at one of these buys before the economy asks questions for Furia.
Smokes on smokes, boosts on logs. Oh, and Molotov down to Faceit. He ended the previous. And now he starts us off into round 21. No Molotov contribution. He makes it so. He's pulling extra weight now. He's fragging for 2.
Really got to take your time in this round now with your Furia. And if you continue to get blocked and iced out, you might even consider going for a 4-man save. And the reason I say that is just look at all the nades. There's still an opportunity for them to try and fight back in. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it is one of the options that they're likely discussing now as these block pieces of utility are. Flames on the line with the Scavenged AWP. Needs to be careful.
Oh, he's ready. Jiggle pay, that's all he wants. He wants that info, confirmation of commitment.
Interesting smoke. I think that's what he was looking for, but going to use it to his advantage.
It's a funky one. Maybe break the smoke, reveals xarakat. They make best use of that smoke, Chad. He gets a second set up to succeed by Apex's HE.
You're just being thrown in. It's easier for you. And the flash, if the execute is real.
As he's ready, flashes for Flamesy. No commitment just yet. They're gonna have to run in now. There's surely no way these 3 can best Vitality. Running on in, Flamesy Apex.
Flames önemli polosatay. Apex peleamos a Apex.
Scorched earth on that big bomb side at the moment, and as discussed, the money was going to come into question. 4.1 the high end. As that hair clip might become all the fashion around these parts. 1 round game now.
Trendsetter.
It's only 3 rounds, and it feels like they've had to fight damn hard for those 3. Furia know it's hard to put a team like Vitality away. They've gone AK in the hands of Molotov.
It's like Flames just remembered what they tried last round.
Yeah, it's understandable, right? Because if teams want to float behind that half horse, that's one way to punish. Oh.
Just a monster of mischief is Flamesy.
So AK for Molotov, Tech Knights for the rest with you, so everybody leaving 1K plus. Than Fallen, who's dipped a little bit deeper, but he'll just operate with a pistol if he has to. 2,900 into the next. A plan will help facilitate life. This has to be a pocket call. Look at him springing straight to an execute. Rob's hearing this early.
Yeah, Rob's reacts. Simon throws out the nades. You're going to get caught. Ooh, just turns around in time. Support arrives because empty-handed. And Yuri, hang on a second, removing Simon. Oh, no! Another frag. Molotov AK. Long range removes another. Awkward for Flamesy. Gap around the smoke. He could try and punish with this. Turns away. Yuri brought down by the spam to 46. Furia have done the hard part. The ball is down. The frags come through. They couldn't do it with the guns, Chad, but how's about a couple of Tech 9s?
And that's meant to be your safe pair of hands, Robs, alongside a Sidewoo 20 kills to be able to stall that out. Those are the type of rounds those 2 are meant to deal with. And they've just gone straight into their sight, run them down, and resistance was futile. Furia finding 12 just off of a pocket call. Timeout made. Sid, I think he's 30 seconds into overtime at a minimum. Flames his back turned. Here's those stats. Wants to hold on to this. Molotov, can he find him? Gonna hunt him down. Up and out flashes. Still looking for the fight through the Flames, and Flames will hold on.
Flames defending Flames. Last time out, Extaz. Emergency meeting required.
And that's the type of round that you're going to feel quite tilted because he's either getting caught off guard. Robs should have been able to hear those steps gallivanting up second mid. He threw emergency to understanding that. Molotov shot there onto library, a thing of beauty. And yeah, a bit of bullshit there from Yakinda just to sprinkle on top of a round that already hurts.
Oh, it really hurts.
Now Robs, this guy's kind of big in China. When he comes down, he usually delivers with the goods. At the moment, 9 and 15, and it was his side that was the weakness. ZywOo and Flames have been the difference makers. Apex has been absent. Messi's had some impact with the Tech 9s and Light of Eyes. Time for the others to join the party. Well, this will be a 2-0 lead for Furia going into Overpass. Third map of a best-of-5 final. Their map choice, where they've already beaten Vitality before, just a month ago.
ZywOo starts off blinded.
Casey again.
It is xarakat. He's on the warpath. Quick about this. Look at his pathing. They really want to punish ZywOo. They're ready for it. So is he. Trace on out. Just a leg shot. xarakat saved by the corner. It's Messi with the arch wrap. Yukinda's walking up on that. Oh, he still wins the duel. Empty hands for the Brit. Apex have to make up for it. Traded by xarakat. 4 on 3. That man advantage. Furia can leverage that. It's just Flamesy. You know you've removed Apex. And Monodoy, look at the way he's approaching this. He's just backing his aim, his quick reactions. He's going to go for that quick scope, clearing the side contact.
I've got down as well. They don't have to pivot. ZywOo.
Yeah, it's awkward. Flamesy finding Monodoy's great. It has to move back, but now you've got this weird loose piece of ZywOo. His back turn, looking for Yuri in apartment. Lots of moving pieces for what could be Furia's second in this best of 5. ZywOo slips through Arch. He's looking for answers as to where they've gotten off to. He knew they lost out on Spawn. Bomb will make its way in.
He can stop the cross.
He certainly could. And he does.
Oh my god,
They have picked up the bomb though. xarakat responsible, going to throw out Moto Smoke and Plant. Yuri's position towards the pit side. Flash thrown high, ZywOo not going to commit. It's Flamesy that makes the first move.
Has a molly for pit if he wants to use it as Flames.
Progressing forward though. Doesn't want to announce his presence just yet. Waiting for ZywOo to be in a position to lend a hand. Steps made. Trying to keep attention drawn. xarakat is staring at him. Molly thrown out. Adjusts. ZywOo advancing. Does find the damage. Can't finish him off just yet. ZywOo progressing forward. There's the headshot. You need it. It looks like Furia are going to go 2-0 in this grand final. What a way from taking down the kid.
The fans of Furia are the ones to find the final blow. That is a statement right there. As the godfather, the spiritual mentor of Brazilian Counter-Strike is one battle away from ushering this core into a 3-map victory over Vitality.
Apex oynamadı. Dalga yok boksuna. Sporlar bile. Ulov tapatraniki bilesiz. Kalas oynayan yutardı. Dalga yok.
Could be longer, okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna block me Facebook song. Block D. Drop.
Abs, 10 HP, Abs.
No, library.
Abs, nice.
Did it pull up the...
Another one! Down.
Well, something else. Only one. Best of it. No. Easy one.
I'm talking.
Guys, you need to fight the
You ready to swing with?
Yes.
2, 1. 2, begin. Nice, 2, nice. Banana.
Fight time.
Nice! Hey guys, First city. Go. I'm going. Comment.
Fountain dead. One corpse, I think.
I'm blinded.
Push your fountain.
Dead. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Take banana to see.
Nice. AK city guys.
Banana as well.
Nice.
Nicely. Flash in. Pushing mid.
Not pushing it. Not pushing it. Pushing now. Some. I'm waiting, C1. C1, on top of C1. One more shot.
Nice! Shot! Sick, mate! Big shot.
That one.
play.
I did not think we would find ourselves in a position where after the first two maps played in the grand final at IEM Chengdu that Furia would be leading 2-0. However, that's the case. Vitality yet to win a map, Vitality yet to check it into this matchup, and Furia firing on all cylinders, winning Inferno Yanko and giving themselves a prime position to win this game.
Yeah, that's crazy. Vitality with their backs fully against the wall at this point in time, and Furia, we talked about it last time, Inferno, they struggled on the T side, but it had a bad start, you know, some unorthodox calls for how they usually play, especially on a map like Inferno. You could see how with a good start and sort of sticking to what they're good at and staying true to their identity, they had a tremendous second half on the T side to come back and steal Vitality's map pick away and go 2-0 up in this best of 5.
I feel like we could talk for ages about this map, especially the first half was very much back and forth. It wasn't necessarily pretty by either team, but it kind of stabilized in the second half. As you said, Furia, this time around T side, they look great. Great calling from Fallen and a great round in round 16.
Yeah, I think if we go to the first gun round, right, of the second half, you'll see some of the stuff that we talked about, right? So the default opening from Furia, they're going to use some of the utility towards that top banana area, you know, smoke to deny information. Actually, Vitality does a great job of getting information back on their own, and they're going to slowly start rotating the fourth player over towards the A side of things. But Furia, they take their time, missed Molotov there for short, but still smoke, flashy, Kindar sees there's no one there, and here we see the confidence from these players, right? The Kindar just going for that peak, doesn't see anyone, he starts sneaking up towards the short side of things, good utility usage to snuff out the player in long corner, right? Zybo completely unaware that Yakinder is this deep. Molodoi has the pit side covered the entire time, and these are just easy kills for the side of Furia, coming off the back of just good utility usage, covering each other, taking space where space is available for them, and they win such a clean first gun round where the rest of the Vitality players are forced to save. They'll even go on the hunt here on the side of Furia.
Felt like Fallen were running circles on that T side with Apex. I think a lot of the rounds he outcalled them and he knew exactly where he wanted to go and exactly what timing as well. A couple of rounds where he went into the B bomb side where there was no defending it from Vitality. Did you like a bit of aggression coming out from Apex and the boys? Because I feel like a lot of the map control was given to Furia without them having to fight too much for it, which you showed right in this round as well.
I mean, it was tough because just the default was working so well. You know, there was a round later on where they just get an entry kill with the AGs on top banana. There was the Molodoi sort of boost up with the op. So even when they were trying to do something, they were just losing players so early on in rounds for Vitality. But from that point on, you always have to go for some sort of a gamble, some sort of a risk. And Fallen was definitely ready for all that.
He was ready for it. I would say outcalled Apex. The death punch round 22, that was all done and dusted then for Vitality.
Did seem like in the end, Vitality just very hard to put away. They found, you know, a way with the flames he had, that crazy move to kill him, banana. You see it, oh, is this gonna happen now? You know, is Vitality stabilizing late in the game? Have they figured Furia out? And see that takes a timeout for them to sort of just come up with what do they want to do, you know, with the Tech 9s and the force buy that they have in place. But really struggled to deal with it on the Vitality side.
Yeah, I would love to see round 22, to be completely honest, and kind of highlight in a sense what happened right here, because as you said, that felt like the death punch.
Sometimes it's because Robs and Zai will let them down, right? I mean, here Zai was already falling back, he's caught off by the pace, Robs is dead already, he had a stinker of a game. I think he did end up on 9 kills in the end, he had 9 here. And yeah, he ended up 9 and 16, right? So he had his smoke, didn't use his smoke really to try and block them. Just the pace of Furia caught them completely off guard. And this is the one where Vitality really feels like let it slip. They might have been able to make the comeback. The pressure was now starting to mount for the Furia side of things, but this really broke the back for Vitality on Inferno.
It's the moment it happens in, right? It's very crucial, but at the end of the day, it's a taste of their own medicine as well. Furia had that happen to themselves a couple of times in the first half. As I said, referring back to the first half, it was a very clumsy, very ugly game of Counter-Strike, dare I say it. So isn't it only fair that Furia gets to play some of the old tricks and the same tricks that Vitality applied to them to even stay in the game?
Of course, I mean, this is usually how it happens the other way around, and it was just surprising to see Rops really underperform so significantly, right? He's been such a rock for Vitality ever since he joined at the start of the year, especially in these big games, and even more so on a map like Inferno. But the good thing for Vitality, it's not a best of 3, it's a best of 5, and you're still in it.
They're still alive. One thing that has to change, though, I hate to do this, but Apex was nowhere to be found, and I just want your thoughts on having a guy not showing up whatsoever. I think he finished with 3 or 4 kills, you know. On a map like Inferno, CT side, it's almost impossible to defend if you have a guy who's not contributing at all. Apex has been a reliable player for them in Grand Finals. We even had a conversation in Cologne that he was the highest rated player, you know, up until that point for Vitality in Grand Finals, but tonight, he's been nowhere to be found.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for him. I don't know if all the mind games about the veto got to him a little bit and is stressing out about it, but he's going to have to find a way on overpass, right? And the issue last time around when they played it is Vitality really struggled on the T side to deal with some of the aggression towards the A side of things. I mean, a couple of gun rounds in a row, Furia just had 5v3s off of the back of the aggression from Yekindar or Molodoj, so they definitely need to have an answer for that, whether it's going to be a bit more B-focused early on for Vitality in those defaults, trying to get an opening there, or just figuring out a way to deal with that A aggression, because they didn't really get to play a late round when it came to the gun rounds last time on Overpass.
Before we get to Overpass, though, before we get to what could be the deciding map, we have to check in with the DHL MVP candidates.
Who will be the DHL MVP? You decide. You can participate in the DHL MVP vote as it happens. Make sure to be tuned into the Twitch stream and be ready to have your say.
No big surprise that one of the candidates so far is Molodoj, not only for today's DHL MVP, but I think he's in a prime position to claim the MVP of the tournament.
Yeah, he's been playing absolutely great. You look at a map like Inferno as well, continued where he left off on Ancient, and just a lot of the Furia players have been stepping up in this Grand Final.
One of the unsung heroes, one of the players that is not necessarily the usual suspect as of late, has been Yuri. I feel like he's regained some form, and today so far, he's been great.
Yeah, a bit of an Inferno specialist too, right? Yesterday against Falcons, he was great. Today against Vitality, more of the same, right? Like really good in some of those A anchor positions. In a couple of retakes, he was absolutely instrumental for Furia.
Now to pick the third candidate is very, very tough. It's between 2 players, at least in my opinion. Whether you go with xarakat or Yekindar doesn't really matter. Both have contributed, both have had a decent showing so far, and both are playing Counter-Strike at a high level.
And both will be really important when it comes to overpass, right? Yekindar, that A defender, and on the T side towards the A bomb side, taking space, in case xarakat on the opposite side towards the B side of things, right? Can really apply a lot of pressure on his own so far. Yekindar a little bit ahead, and he loves overpass, so look out for him on this next map.
At the end of the day, it's up to you guys in the Twitch chat to decide who you think is the DHL MVP of the day. You can use your Twitch channel points in order to cast your vote, and then we'll summarize and figure it out. Now we have to switch focus towards Overpass. You said it yourself, Yanko. It is a puzzling scenario, right, for Vitality. Going down 0-2, that's one thing. Having to play Overpass versus Furia, who's on a 10-game win streak. It almost smells like a 3-0 in my world. I don't know about you.
I mean, it's looking like it. This is arguably the map on which Furia has the biggest advantage out of the entire veto. But I was in Malta when it was the other way around, when it was Furia being 2-0 down in the Grand Final, and I said then for Navi, that map is their best chance to win the final, if it's a 3-0. And they missed that chance, and Furia came back and won 3-2. It's the same thing now for Furia. Overpass is their best opportunity to win this final. If they somehow let it slip, Vitality is definitely capable of reverse sweeping.
Now Furia will have to start on the T side, we'll assume, you know. It'll be quite stupid, frankly, to put it out there if Vitality wanted to start on the CT side. Anything you expect in particular coming up from Fallen, boys?
No, I just expect them to do more of the same, right? Like they have a strong default, taking map control. They do a great job of applying pressure somehow at both the A and the B bomb sites. So you're sort of guessing, you're unsure where they want to end the round. If Vitality can find a way to disrupt them and get that information, they can have a strong CT side.
All right, you said it. Vitality will have to find a way regardless in order to stay alive in this matchup. The grand final of IAM Chengdu is the current scoreline right now. Furia 2, Vitality 0, which means that if Furia win Overpass, they will crown themselves as champions in Chengdu. This could be the last map of the grand final, and I find it quite busting to even say it out loud. Vitality could be eliminated. Vitality could finish second without even winning a map in the grand final. We'll have to find out after the break whether or not Overpass is the decider.
Damn, guys, we almost had it.
Thank God that's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards EPL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/EPL.
Hi, this is Basement Dweller's first advertisement. And our second drop is, it's up, actually. If you're seeing this, it's up. It's available on the ESL shop. Had a first go at the jacket, I'm really proud of it. I've always had interesting clothes, but seeing behind the scenes how the sausage is made has been a lot of fun. And if you like the clothes, tell me. If you hate the clothes, tell me, but try them before you slack them off. I think they're really comfy. So yeah, that's my advert. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna record another one.
I feel like one of the things that is good for though is like the seesaw. So not like a full on like let's throw nades and then we'll just rotate B because they're always going to beat you on rotation. But it's just about like putting the pressure and then taking space, putting the pressure and taking space, because like if you do have all con control, short control and bathrooms on the T side,
just like having short industrial.
It's all great.
I have everything you want.
Yeah. So like you can, as you're pressuring A, you can have a guy searching short to either catch rotations or see if the site's empty, right? That's one of the things in the modern game that super key is your lurks, knowing when to be active enough.
Yeah, that's very micro decisions, that micro timings, micro understandings where they might have gone for a 3A, have to check it. It's worth to go for this 1v1 or 2v1. But yeah, it's we have a word in our team that we call it Pinocchio.
Pinocchio?
Yeah, and basically we're trying to sell a lie, So for example, if we kill this guy away, and I know that there's a chance they can go B rotated to A, sometimes I'm gonna tell the A players we're closer to Pinocchio A, so they understand like I have to apply a little bit more pressure, however I can, in order for them to be a little bit more convinced that it's A, and then this is the micro timing for the players, Because they're doing the lie, they're selling the lie on the other side, and then the lurkers have to capitalize. Okay, this is all they can do, So they're gonna communicate. I'm done. Like this is all I can do, and then they don't have this opportunity to be going for those kills. It's an important keyword.
Interesting.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Thank you for giving us some of your thoughts on Overpass.
That's it. It's a good map. Hard to play on bugs though, but it's a good map competitive.
Yeah, just don't play on bugs. It's hard problem solving.
It's hard.
God, you look like shit, brother. You get that zoned out look every time you lose, don't you? Yeah, let's go. Come on, it's a beautiful day. Forget about the old games everyone has. Come on, stand up. So you're not at your peak form anymore. Who cares? You're much more than just a player. You tower over these server douchebags. You're a legend, man. You're a global force. Don't you get it? You spent your whole life building community and legacy, and even if you fall short, who cares? Good for you. Fuck it. They're waiting for something big. They'll get it. We'll give it to them. Drop that goatee, reignite that fire. 30's the new 20, motherfucker. You were the original. You paved the way for all these young guns. Give the people what they want. Some good old-fashioned clutch magic. Fallen Phoenix rises. Another shampoo bowl with your face on it. Guaranteed. You were larger than life, man. You brought joy to people's sad, meaningless lives. You made them jump, laugh, shit their pants from the excitement. All you have to do is... That's what I'm talking about. Heads popping, big slow, tactical, drawn-out bullshit. And the next time you call, it will echo in millions of minds. You will glimmer on thousands of screens around the globe. Another major. You are a god. See? Maybe now they will understand. There you go, you motherfucker.
Is this real life? Is this reality? 2 to the good, Furia stride into overpass for a shot at the king. A trophy lift ahead of the end of the season, ahead of that major, hitting fine form of Furia. And Vitality now have to do what so few have done before, a reverse sweep in a best-of-5 grand final. And in order to start that conversation, they have to best Furia on one of the few maps Furia have been able to best them on previously. Overpass on third. Is it the final? Is it a trophy for Furia at the end of Overpass?
Mention the reverse sweep. First time all year, Vitality have started 0-2 down in a best-of-5 final. Over that record, 8 trophies, 9 finals. This is the 10th. It's bigger ramifications than just the Australis record. You've got the ESL Grand Slam. You've got the confidence going into the major. Furia might be able to seize power, at least as far as that head-to-head is concerned. And well, to get yourself back in this and push us to the 4th, you will need to snap a 10-map win streak for Furia on Overpass.
I'm sorry, 10 maps. Woof. While we have the extra time, I want to share with you a quote from Fallen's recent interview with HLTV. He describes this form as incredible. He says it's incredible. Some teams, they come together and you just get the right pieces right off of the bat. You have the right mentality, the right staff assistance, and then it just works like magic. And this team has been nothing but that. Well, you know what's magical? Be lifting a 3-0 in the face of Vitality, taking the trophy home with you.
And Furia just look like they're having fun. We do have another tech issue before we get this one underway. Our apologies to everybody watching. Hopefully get this one sorted ASAP. Didn't sour the mood too much on Inferno. It was the pistol, and then from there managed to scoop up fine straight, did Vitality, but not the map. I think that this man alongside of Molodoi with their pistol round clutch set the tone in that second half in case you missed it.
I think the desk was right to point some criticisms not towards Flamesy, in fact quite the opposite, but towards Robson's Zywoo and their shortcomings on Inferno.
Yeah, the A side, they have a lot of pressure put on them, especially if those rounds come faster, and you're meant to be able to get one each at a minimum to make it manageable, but unable to deliver that level of output. As the headset is off and the frustrations are there. Looks like more of the same regarding some of these comms boxes, so not the time you want things to go haywire, but that's what we're dealing with. No matter what happens in 2025, this is undoubtedly Vitality's year. I think the difficult thing with greatness, right? Australis, greatest of all time. Vitality trying to put themselves in that conversation. Their run's not done, right? If anything, they're just getting started. It's more about well, when will or if this will come to a close. Now, sure, this season hasn't been filled with as many trophies, but they're right there, and they're still considered by most the best in the world.
Is the target on their back?
Oh, sure, right, and right, this is the perpetual conversation, and in the modern game, you're not reinventing the wheel, which is essentially what Australis did, right? What they brought to the forefront of Counter-Strike was the detail of the utility and the way that they were able to min-max every detail, and that's why the modern game looks the way it does. Now it's about staying ahead with your individuals needing to be on point and your constant versatility in your calls, and that is the toughest part in my opinion. Right? It's not just one man who's responsible for that, it's everybody in the team coming in with different ideas. And Flames, despite being down 0-2, is still trying to keep a smile on his face, so enjoying the moment while we have it. You have Furia, who you wouldn't know it, but they've been in the wars bunch of their players have been sick throughout Chengdu, different variations, not just everybody getting hit with the flu. Wallen taking a Twitter saying he had an issue with his kidneys one day. Yuri was in hospital last night, he had one eye. Bit of an infection going on. Yakinda as well, had a spew buck on stage the other day, so it hasn't been easy. Same for Vitality, but maybe not in health, in results. There is Zuri representation.
Supposed to be good luck, that.
Trying to teach the Chinese crowd some of the chants.
They've been having a mixed bag of success. What I find so impressive here in Chengdu is that they are just cheering for good Counter-Strike. It is a la Cologne in that sense, where it is, sure, you've got the jersey on, but you're cheering for a good game. Right now, sure, it was a close affair on Ancient, same can be said about Inferno. Furia pulled it across the line in both, though, and so, you know, is Yakinda trying to go for crowd work?
There we go.
He's done well.
Oh.
He was, I think he thought they were going. Damn.
They're playing along.
Yeah, Chengdu converted, Furia fans in the building. Got a spare seat in their house for our grand final this Sunday.
A lot of this Furia conversation has been about the newer editions. Fallen might not feel like one of them just because of the nationality, but definitely is. New brains to the operation. It's a kid like Molyneux. Black Flash, they call him around these parts. And Yakinda, the two new additions back in April. Yakinda transferred from Liquid to bench, Molyneux from Amcal. But for me, it has to be about xarakat and Yuri. These are franchise players. Yuri has been a part of Furia since November 2017, and Yanko was reeling off some stats about how few grand finals they've been. I think the number he said was 4. Same for xarakat, who's been there since February 2018. So we are talking almost a decade.
And what's crazy as well is there is nothing else on his team list. Take a look. You want to see one of the teams he's played in? There is none. There's no, I mean, that is the definition of franchise player.
Exactly, and I think for xarakat, he waited a damn long time to be able to lift an MVP that picked up at TWC.
Long time coming, that.
And especially the players of their caliber. And we've been watching on our screens for many years, and the guys of art for a long time. They would always make a splash, but they didn't have the legs to take it the distance. Now they've got a team that plays modern meta and looks damn polished while doing so. And I think when you've got a leader of men as Fallen, right? Not only is he here to facilitate the calls with his pedigree, he's also to facilitate the players within his team to get the best and absolute most out of them. I think he would be the first to tell you, Yakinda within these mid-rounds, Motormouth calling a lot of plays. It's Fallen.
Yeah, and not having the ego to say, you know, that's my job. Understanding that it can build them all up. We are into the play. Let's get it started. Map 3, and it does seem like Apex's boost will be tested. It's Zywoo and Flamesy that are going to be walking on down, escorted by the boost. Heavy focus on this short fight, big fight. Flamesy backs away, caught out by Yuri through Con for a nice one. And now they've got Util, they can just exec in. This is going to get really uncomfortable for Mezzy and Apex. Oh, Yakinda shuts him down. Apex's eyes roll to the back of his skull. That is a certainty. Furia will be taking the pistol to start off proceedings about 3.
You're playing with house money as well, Furia. We're sitting behind their booth. As they left to go for their team speak between maps, they were cheering that the next map was Overpass. I don't think they could quite believe the state of affairs that they find themselves in. If Ancient was banned, I'd hazard a guess that Overpass would have been their pick. Not only because they beat Vitality a month ago at EPL, the 10 on the trot, this is a comfort map for them, and it's a map where T-side rounds are worth their weight in gold. So the pistol is the first step in that direction to a 3-0 victory over Vitality. Best of 5 grand final. Yeah, sure, G2 topping them. They have to work hard. For Furia, I'm sure hard work's gone into this, but they're making it look like chance play.
Yakinda, that Glock at range did very well, and the fact that they even considered it with Yuri coming in through Con and ensuring they'd be able to take that late short control. Long range as well from Fallen's Glock, okay.
Horse by now from Vitality, 2 Famouses, 3 5-7s, and a smattering of U2. They'll be starting 3-2, traditional setup. No monster smoke deployed early. Fury will be in through Con. And it's very heavy towards B again. Nobody probing A, so Robs takes no contact. The stack is in the right place right now for Vitality, and they need a fire starter.
Ooh, yeah, nearly lost Yuri there. Combination of 5-7 bullets, and now the FAMAS could have finished it. Yuri gets across the sideline, he doesn't know how close he is to demise. Oh, good find. Flimsy, no armor, no problem. Still gets something on the 5-7. There's Mezzi as well with a chip in. 3-on-3, chaotic pandemonium. Quesarao tries to bail him out, but not enough. Yuri, the last man standing, and he was the one that took the early damage.
That's where both are, but this is going to be so tough on low HP for Yuri.
Makes his double kill. Combines with the stack. Where's he looking? He's not ready! Didn't anticipate the walk through the smoke. This was supposed to be a gimme. Maybe Robs can save him. Jumping out, running him down. A Mac 10 past the FAMAS, and that's cheeky. Little extra note, that's the Robs specialty. Jumps up, finds elevation. Not an easy fight for Yuri. And Apex a sigh of relief.
It's important to see both Apex and Robs in the kill feed in an important round like this. Apex with a mere 5 kills on Inferno, and Robs quite as well with 9. Not usual say for that of Robs, but Apex, he's the game leader. Sometimes these games happen, but he was the reason they were able to come back against Mouse. Maybe he'll have to be the reason they can come back against Furia. The bomb does go down. Yuri gets great value out of that situation and does help facilitate 2 AKs, a Galil, 2 Tech 9s. This time it will not be B-centric. 2-2-1, on control, a big part of this. Timing on the nade, a little bit early. Overpass all about the map control. You guarantee connector, going to make playing between the sites late a whole lot easier. Grouped up now. Panthers heading towards A. They've got a bunch of smokes for this finish, and there's no resistance, at least in stage 1, front-facing toilets. Robs is here, Zywood jump spot. Short control.
Get the is in, Galil Besto. Important trade back as Molodoy puts Robs down, and Zywo on site does a lot of damage to Molodoy. Catching some flak himself and actually looking to play it back behind the smoke, changes his mind, now back dies. Yuri meets his fate. Good find from Zywo. Where's the find? No trade. Mortar can't find him. No one to touch him. Triple naked 4 out of Zywo. Need to see him arrive, and that is one hell of an announcement of his presence. Quad kill shut down, forces Furia onto the eco.
Yeah, not sure exactly what was going through Zywo's head in that moment. Looked like he was going to back off and play retake, which would have been the wrong call. If they'd given up side control, they would have had a tough time getting back into that. So either he's just shrouding himself in the smoke while he dodges the flashes, but either way, the result is exactly what Apex required from his superstar.
Bit of a weird one on the comms there. You can see the clear from 4, but he's not getting truck. Maybe the kill from Zywo was so quick they couldn't quite pinpoint his position. Back dice.
Yeah, well, language is a big conversation point for this team. True. Now, it clearly can't be a problem they've gotten this far, but I imagine in chaotic moments, it's a mess for everybody. Molodoy, a gun again, so they just want to keep slathering on this pressure right now. It's blocks for everybody else. If you're going to invest in a rifle, you at least want to get some value. So 1 kill might be enough. 2-1. Needs to become 3-1 for Vitality. They need to put up the blue wall. 9 rounds is what I'd be aiming for. What X-Tans is likely hoping for.
Just haven't been Molodoy can win out this early exchange. Fallen. He sets him up. He drops him the gun. He pulls the crosshair, and Molodoy profits. Heading on towards Apex's side. Molodoy down. Nice find from Apex, and it's just going to fall into place here. Lovely work. Comfortable 3-piece.
Okay. Thinking on his toes, Apex is switched on. Was trying to get that M4 across to Mezzi so he can get an upgrade for free, but too far away. Now, Fallen, after dropping that Galil, he will be operating with a Tech 9. So both teams with some ambitions in the firepower department going into this one. This one's easy. It gets the crowd excited, but I imagine Vitality are the fan favourites. If Furia win this, that could change if we come back to Chengdu next year. Gun round number 1.
There's some Rob's aggression here. He's going to have a look, bit of housekeeping, and he is making a forward move.
Oh, Nate missed. I think you wanted that one down the pocket of the stairs.
Would have had Yakinda low. Not going to connect. Rob's sticking around. He's got Zywo covering his playground exit from Party.
And Apex needs to cover off Con. This is full commitment.
It is. Audible steps from Yakinda. Fallen just going to walk into the crosshairs. Nice find from Rob's forward position, removing the bomb carrier. The trade attempt from Molodoy. Yep, Zywo talks there. Tracking him perfectly. Yakinda with a clawback. Wait, Apex did as well. Not ready for Yakinda.
How long can they keep this? Because Mezzi can cover Con from here, but Zywo also trained.
Oh, Yuri might be in trouble. He starts moving on up. It's nice. Adaptability from Vitality. Zywo demonstrates with the AWP. Catches one on Party and just puts xarakat down as well. That CT side overpass. You said it's about that strong start on the T side. They got the pistol. They thought they'd achieved it. Vitality quickly let them know this is not going to be a freebie. See this again, Zywo lending a hand, Rob's taking the first, knowing that trade is going to be sought after.
Weird Apex isn't looking, well, no, he was, but it felt like he was late to it.
Love this, don't see this kind of exchange too often. You take your short control, you also catch that con lurk.
Okay, partial again, Molodoy will be bringing out the AWP into the next. They're going to try and soften up with some nades. They land on the doorstep on flange, but he wasn't on the boost and he wasn't jump spotting, he was just operating with the spams. Now, this needs to be another gimme in the Vitality camp. You can actually get into your flow of gun rounds once the Molodoy AWP comes in, and you'll see them go for 2-2-1s again. And Molodoy's AWP connector, because this kid's so quick, he goes through Con and tries to punish you on those jumpers. We've seen him hit it. Drops forward, Zywo close by. When you play committed positions like this, you have to get the opening frag, right? Even if the second goes against you, that's fine, but you can't be giving away the first. So, Rob's is stuck with his boost planted as the B defense is the one shifting for now. A little bit wary of a potential B execute, and to pull that off, Molodoy will be setting up the upgraded pistols with the flashes. Fallen likely to smoke heaven, and jumped up. Wow.
Oh, lovely.
Well, like he had a lot of time to adjust into that City Apex.
Robs wasn't ready for Yakinda's positioning though, so he will go with empty hands. Looking like it's going to cost them too much. Mezzi on top of the barrels, catches the xarakat push out monster.
Peter out into this one.
Double swing, they're ready and active, using and leveraging that rifle range advantage. Oh, he even spots him. Nice from Apex. He's getting a lot of info safely on this B side. That's a long-range Tech 9 ding. They get through it. 5-1.
And we need to start considering what comes next. So the first rifle round, Vitality played a staunch defense over towards A. They were aggressive, right? You had Apex in connector, being able to cover that off, while Zywo and Rob's connected to shut down over towards T-stairs, as well as the playground exit. Now the question needs to become, do they want to continue that, or do they want to allow Furia to have the time? They're going to have to work through the protocols. They're going to have to use their utility to push back the angles, to set Molodoy up. It's another 3-2, which could be telling of another aggressive setup on the A side.
Extra util delivered by Apex, but he will be starting over towards the A duo. Starting long side. Molodoy trying to catch the jump spot. How safe will you be? Oh. He's looking at all the options. Nade lands right down his pocket. Doesn't elect to go for the wallbang immediately. So Flamesy's survived.
And the prep is done. You can see it on display right there. Flamesy's got the safer version of the jump spot, and then just gave one little glance over. Surely he won't hit me. Now we get into the mid-round. The default needs to activate over towards A. Bathroom smoke in the double long setup.
This is really cheeky, right? Normally it's one or the other. Apex wants to, actually boost him up. Oh, missed shot. Not an easy one, but they'll pull the ripcord and get out of there.
Still difficult to take a lot of space off the back of that one. You're giving away the audibles too. There could be a third individual on the site in the bathroom. So rejigging the defense on both sides of the map. Flames now up and over, damage done.
Not going to help him paint the picture though, just Yuri and Connie's always there.
But look at the time, 35. They're definitely pivoting back to B. Molodoy, AWP, and bomb. Apex joins the defense, reading the play well, Vitality.
Yeah, Fallen and Yakinda are so disconnected from this play. And They are going to find the opening. Flamesy going down to the Moldoy orb. Still now, Yakinda lingers, finds another. It's up to Messi, defending his side valiantly, can't control the spray. It's Apex with the chip in, catches Furia Kim. They have to plant. Apex is in such a good position. Good find, gets Moldoy. Apex massacres the attack. Nothing left for Furia as the Zik delivered. A captain delivering in the frag department, top of the tables. Apex not ready and willing to give this one up.
It's about time he woke up. He's trying to legitimize himself as one of the top in-game leaders. I don't just mean of this year, but of all time, right? If you take a team like Vitality, maybe you don't eclipse that of Astralis, but even if you're number 2, that's of all time. Now this year, in the best of 5 finals, he's been playing against teams like the Mongols, Maus, G2 was in the mix. A lot of these teams have new generation in-game leaders. Fallen is the old master. 2 major titles to his name. Sure, Apex has got 3. But Apex has never tussled with Fallen in a grand final. Even though their first match against each other was back in 2014, 11 years ago. This is the first time this is ever unfolding.
Kind of crazy.
Another gun round. Swing and a miss. A lot of overpass rounds will play down to the final throws, but fast rounds from Furia is what got them going on Inferno. So maybe a pop into B.
Maybe. You'd have to deal with Messi and Flamesy. You can see Messi going forward, trying to he almost anti-flash, burrow into the monster pipe to avoid those flashbangs. Do they catch him? They do. Oh, he's booked. Nice find. Still, no way! Molyneux opens up the side with 2. The Tech-9's feast. And now the back swing through. There's Xarakat and Yuri in combination onto Apex. Pace, the name of the game. They get in round 8 for number 2. They might not do anything. He can't even stop him. Yuri takes the head off. 5 alive. A pace change. And it sends echoes into the next. That's awkward for Vitality. Can they bounce back off of such a quick for Furia's second?
Yeah, Fury, Messi, excuse me, very comfortable in those situations traditionally.
Well, one of them must have hit a cracker. So the first is, we saw, just finishes it off. And then this second one, bang, bang. Wow, headshot, body shot, first 2 bullets.
Very well there, output on the pistols.
Impressed. Okay, Robs and Cyber. This is going to be an aggressive stance for that fountain control. Cyber, he's being pre-aimed by Molyneux. Molyneux just looks away as Yakinda's caught. Rounding the corner, light spot, caught out completely. Robs positionally sound. Straight back to winning ways for Vitality, at least it starts that way. Both leave with a nice opening.
It's the thing though, the bar is set quite low on this T side for Furia. So they've got the pistol, sure, they could have definitely got the conversion and taken care of business there. Their second round has come through some Tech-9 heroics. If you struggle in the rifle rounds, but you still walk away with 3 or 4, it doesn't matter. So, celebration of this swift rifle round dispatch, it's all good and well, but Vitality know that this is what's expected of them at this moment of the game. Now, the fortunate factor of being able to win the round with the lighter investment does mean that there is enough money for Furia to go again into the next. Likely to see Fallen fall on the sword again to hook up Molyneux. Worst case, Yuri goes down after time. I don't know if he's going to get away with this save. You can see Vitality on the radar starting to clamp down. He always is the connector player. He's already been involved in a skirmish. And there's only so many places he can be. So no, your economy on the CT side can become quite fragile. So how many bodies do you want to throw at this? And will it be more than Robs? He has found that might be enough. Yuri use that as a buffer to take a little bit of space, hold on to the AK, and now it actually works out even better. Yuri can drop the AK, Fallen or Xarakat has the most, can drop the orb, so everybody will work out to be in a full gun round position, and Molyneux gets what he desires. Important save there for Yuri.
And Zywo, you can see that this was that next one. The jump spot, Rob's demonstrating his prowess as well. Very little he's working with there, just 2 bullets.
I think you just Stay B heavy if you're Furia. See if you're able to get past Mezzy and Flamesy on a few more accounts as well. They're using their boost against them is Zywoo.
Yuri knows his pathing. Covered by that smoke.
This is a bit more standard. This is a 3-1-1, so no AWP looking for the jumping hijinks. Molotov will be going for fights towards long, divider, trying to push them back at range. It's a double bathroom setup. Robson Flamesy as Apex will join them too. So the AWP will what Vitality hopes keeps being strong. And the rifles get to be a bit more fluid. You don't have to jump spot and you get to trade off of each other if they walk into these traps. So out long they flash, it comes them there with the nades, but they're out regardless.
Okay, this is kind of what Flames and Robs have been waiting for.
Robs has to play first. Flames is an unknown entity.
They're gonna flash it. Robs eats it, and there's Flamesy. The unknown entity only gets the one, so Apex is the it's a surprise for Fallen. You can see he had his knife out, was not prepared for Apex.
Bomb needs to be picked up. They can't just react into the finish. And there wasn't a nucleus of players. They were still somewhat spread, so 40 seconds. Now it's about Vitality reading the rotation. At this moment, a good move for Apex is to jump spot on the side, play for info. He's still got a molly he can block with, and if he gets the intel, Zywoo can rotate up, but you can't get caught by the Molotov AWP.
Ooh, and his reposition now noted as well from the bathroom side. Apex is alone, that flash indicates as much. He's caught with his nade out, what's he doing that for? Yuri finds him. This shot from Zywoo signals the bomb should be going down just in time. Look at the time. xarakat, let's say wall bang! Ooh, not gonna happen. xarakat plants it.
Mezzy's still on B. You all know what that means. Is I think one or two things has happened there. Someone is informed to say it's likely going to be B. Feels like Apex, based off of the way that he was playing, the last thing you want to do is be toyed with, right? And have your rotator between sites, and then they do get that hit, and they isolate one player, which is exactly what happened. But when we swap back to Zywoo, last time we saw him, he was in heaven. A strong spot for the AWP, not if they smoke. So he's played deeper in the site, which has removed his ability to rotate. And then Apex, who has been having impact 11 and 6, should have valued. Tried to puff up his chest, act bigger than he was, and gives up his life, allowing the third now for Furia. Now the save is the informed decision because the finances go kaput, so does the half of Vitality. For me, 8 feels like a minimum. 9 feels like a way back in. Just looks ugly.
Especially 15 seconds as he goes down and the site opens up. I mean, it really gets awkward for Furia if they don't find that.
You lose this, you have no money for the last Vitality. Let's hope those saves are worth it.
Fallen actually joining Yuri on their con progressions and takes a bit of a lick from the Flames.
Ağzım yaxşı mı ağzım? Endi-chi yaxshi mı endi ovoz?
Wow, exclusively long, so expecting sound cues on their progressions like a smoke thrown like this, a flash like that.
And there's regular timers that teams have to go through on the default of overpass to take control, and very rarely is it done silently.
Nice toggle.
This also allows an activation for a push. So Apex, again, cannot go down on the side. Needs to jump spot. Robs could start activating if they get enough information. And then Zywoo. Oh, Zywoo. Let's see what he can do.
Okay.
On their way.
He considered it.
He scopes.
Oh, he's not ready.
Ошибканы хата.
Now looking for number 2. Traders there. Yakinda baits him in. Fallen just doing everything to try and set up his players, including running around wide. Not ready for that was Molotov.
Dod, молодой вечора.
And the sniper, so a very important scout to pull us back into a 3v3, and it's awkward for Furia given the time.
They can rotate, they have connector control.
Yakinda's a real nuisance. Ooh, info on the jump spot. Apex. He's gonna tuck in. xarakat creeps forward. That's Yakinda. More output from him. 3 frags deep as he's trying to pull Furia into this. What you got? Flamesy nothing. Mezzy alone in the
Nima qilyapti bular? Вообще tushunib bo'lmayapti bular. Vitalityga.
Take that B bomb site and pursue a 4.
Yomon xato qilib tashlashdi.
Furia have much stronger grasp here of these late round situations. Apex looking so hungry for information. It's overpass. You're able to turtle up. You're able to tuck in. I understand you want to be ahead of the play, but you have been punished now 2 consecutive rounds. And two costly deaths. Zywoo was the one who looked the silliest of the bunch right there. Unawares, paths backward into this, and you don't often see Zywoo getting caught off guard.
Oyun sotilganmi deyman cho'da.
I feel like I could make a full 10-minute montage of Fallen leaping, looking backwards, jiggling and wiggling to pull crosshairs. He is just doing everything he can to set up the stars of the Furia show. And Yakinda, this is his map, this is his domain and terrain. 11 frags deep, top of the tables, first time out from X-Tab. That feels late.
Yeah, I guess, though, this is the thing, when the rounds are so spotty, it's only just started going wrong, right? Because if you had won back again, then you would have had a rally of rounds where it's like, oh, now we've lost 2 consecutive. I think it's important, though, to have the conversation at this point, because you have a cobbled together buy, and you're going to need to come up with something creative, right? You aren't just going to be able to go into a standard round where we have the Zywoo, or we can play heavy with you two. The loss bonus where it's at, it will mean 3 MP9s. Nezzy is able to drop an M4, and he's actually dropped 2. So he's going to take an MP9. He's given an M4 to Zywoo and Robs. So at least the A defense has the rifles, which makes sense for the range. The SMGs get to play close, but the question is, do they want to use that and play aggressive into short and maybe try and cause a bit of a kerfuffle early, grab an opening pick? But either way, Furia will be happy with this scoreline in the halftime break, regardless of the outcome of round 12.
Yeah, especially considering that second round did not go your way. A run of 6. After winning the pistol, they go down 6-1. To battle back to a 7-4, maybe even 5. How did Vitality approach this? Heavy B lead.
Expecting a potential shift, right? Furia have been doing these defaults a lot, so maybe expecting them to go into something that is a pace change and capitalize on a gamble. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're going to continue with the 3-1-1s, because if they can make an incision or get the space, they've shown they have a clear advantage once the round settles into the 40-second mark.
Second wave, back into the smoke bathroom. Fallen stampeding loudly towards top con. Trying to stay dynamic, trying to stay nimble. Well, this time with a trade, an overpass exclusive.
Fallen stays aggressive as ever, happy to put his body on the line without the flash. Knows it's about pressure. They can draw back that third A defender right now. They're sitting pretty, and that's enough pressure. Yeah, he's done it. He could call it late, right? This could come down to the last 20 seconds or so, and they can be sprinting towards B. But it feels to me the fight will be over towards A.
This is going to try and tuck in on the divider. I would contact. Apex going to throw a flash upon the fade. Rob set up to succeed. Robs and Zywoo go wide and massacre. Number 4 comes his way. It's Robs' day. An 8-4 at the half. Vitality holding on. Smiles on their faces. A long road if they want that trophy.
Bilmadim. Uniki ham qimmat, pisavi. Prям заводу StatTrek. 300, 350, 300. $300 gelsin monitor. Zifler.
Just one half away from Furia handing Vitality their second grand final loss of the year. But this would be the first in a
Да, нормально.
fashion. This is a best of 5 final. An 8-4 half.
Efes.
Second round conversion didn't happen. Went down 6-1. But
Да. Agar bular 400 ga monitor 450-500 FPS bersa, bular ko'tini yorib bo'ladi. Ayim zo'r kuchaytirib olsa bo'ladi. 450-500 FPS da ayim zo'r kuchayadi. FPS ko'p narsani hal qiladi da.
To get this long space, Molotov is actually playing safe. You can see the way he's tucked in. As the dual Berettas, he wants to fight at close range.
Squad coming his way though. Molotov, he knows exactly what's up. That multiple elevations, they're going to jump up. Yakinda perhaps to lend a hand as well. Zaiwu spots him, baits them in. Molotov, nothing. Good shot back. Yakinda keeps it level. Rotations come through. Fallen.
Bular longdan kirib ketishadi lozim.
Spotted, so Yakinda will do the same.
Wow.
From Yakinda, demonstrating once more his power on this map. Oh, Yakinda might not take them all. 3 kills deep in the pistol. Apex is next victim. One more bullet will do it, but he's playing for the win. Apex dips away. Bomb, they know.
Qilish kerak. La pul yo'q hozir. Pul qayerda? Pul bo'lsa olsan. Voy. Bruzelimi sizda? Yaxshi, Bruzelli ham. 130 Bruzelli yaxshi FPS. Bilan nima long borishdi bular? B kirsa bo'lmasmidi bular? Bular uchinchisini otalmay qoldida, Rops otalganda no. Mümkün. Armor ham yo'q ekan. Ay, g'ayb bu qatdan. Oh, mana. 3-3. 3-3 bo'lgani bilan bular shansi yo'q-da. Hozir Vitalich. 2-2. Nimadir qilib raund olish kerak. Ko'rdi bitani. Faceit-ni o'ldirsa va timing yomon, timing. Ko'rdi. Rops ko'rdi. Güzel.
change things.
Kiti bormi ekan? Kiti bor ekan. Voy bile top qilib oldi. Voy bile. Nima top aytib? Bile eshitilib oldi. Top qilib oldi, top. Eshitilmaganda olardi ekan raund. Endi full buy, qani full buy. Qani nima bo'lar ekan? Bilay clutch qilolmadi-da, eshitilib qoldi. Yutarmikin-da.
Offering that control over to Furia, letting them live through their nades, seeing if there's some form of aggression that they can punish. Smoke dipped in. Working on space on A. Make sure that you don't get caught short on the timer. To the best of them on overpass, and really feeling like it was going to be some type of a V probe. Kept it 4 strong. Now they'll rotate AWP back. Still to find the finish, so needing this long control once more.
Bile AWP kutyapti-da.
Has to be A.
This one's going to come down to the wire then.
Wow.
What? Like a frame of Apex on Molinoy's screen, he tracks him. Repositions through the smoke, so we're looking for Yakinda. He does spot
Wow. Bile 807, bile qiynaladi.
See the difference in the way the rounds played between Vitality's rifle defense and Furia's.
Let's see that one again, chat.
Gaga.
They did everything to avoid the AWP line. He jumps across, and that's the shot he hits.
Feel that they didn't do enough in there.
Mağdur oynayap. Oyna oraya. Mağdur oyna oraya yaptı. Eko 808 bo'ladi.
Obviously we don't know what's going to happen in Hong Kong next week. We don't know what's going to happen at the major, but for my money, Molinoy has to go down as Rookie of the Year for 2025. He's been an absolute stud.
Flames bilan Maze o'ynamayapti-da. Bilmadim nimaga bunaqa o'ynayapti Vitality unaqa basida. Chota tilt ikkita kart yutqizgandan keyin. Apex umuman o'ynalmadi nimada Inferno'da.
Supported by Xarakat, lovely find. Robs' hunt is punished. Opening kill goes their way. This partial investment, they want to try and explode onto Molinoy, but this is Molinoy's site. Could be another.
Wow. Timing hamma yoqda hal qiladi-da.
On the cross, what's he got? Gets one. Side running him down though. It's Mezzi's Tech 9. Good for it. Down enables the plant.
Oh.
Nails the nade, or at least enough to finish what Yakinda had started.
3-2 olarmikin? Long qara. Bila bank chiqib o'ldirib qo'ydi. Zo'r, birga bir. Oma gap yo'q. Apex tirildi. Inferno o'ynalmayapti Apex. Tirildi Apex. Hozir menimcha Vitality kuchliroq deb o'ylayman. Dunyoda 2-o'rinda turibdi-yu. 2dami 1da turibdi. Vitality. Gap yo'q. Bitta minusi bor. Menimcha Spirit kuchli, Team Spirit. Shu Donkey komandasi. Bular nima qilyapti bular? Zo'r. Rops yaxshi. Bo'ldi. 908. Nima qilishyapti Vitality o'zim yaxshi tushunmayapman. Tushunib bo'lmayapti Vitality'ni o'yiniga.
Not a full force back from Vitality, but an AK for Zywuk. Pistols for the rest. All-man beast out with this boost again, just keeping it to slow the progressions of the default. They're going to need to find a perfect timing on the pounce. Yutil being juggled, donated across as a passive stance now. Settles in. Furia's B-hold. One's a classic. Case Rider will...
Vitality o'zida emas. Ikkita karta yutqizgandan keyin tilka kirib ketdimi, bilmayman. To'qqizu 9 bo'ladi hozir. Mashfali MP9 ham o'ynaydi-da. Yaxshi pachga qo'ydi. Qachon pachga qo'ydi. Qachon pachga qo'ydi, pul bo'ladi. 600 so'm pul beradi, pachga qo'ysa shunisi bor. Mana endi full buy.
End up losing this. It's not done yet. We are tied up, but Furia are on the stronger side. And the AK there. You equip him for a reason. Self to deliver all the time. You need to deliver when it matters most.
5 ta round berishdi. 5 ta round. O'zi bu bilet kata kartada bu. Minus bo'ladimi? Mana bitta minus. Apex. Bilet long nima qaramayapti? Bo'ldi gaga. 3-2. 2-2 yaxshi Rops. Bitta be. По-любому kirishadi. MP9 ketyapti ana. Timing.
that there has to be a move from these two.
Timing yomon bo'lyapti, ama.
Sure, there is no more reaggressive. We can see coming their way, or is there?
Sekin. Props qotdi.
And he has been spotted out. Swings on in. Oh my god, they're struggling to finish their meal on Vitality.
Yaxshi. Ha, toza. Ayga kirish kerak. Aytdim, по-любому ayga kirishadi-da bular. Vitality'ning nimasi-yu?
Smoke to plant in, and we can see Caserado not coming to contest this, but Vitality don't know that. Is he going to give it a look? Up connector fast, surging behind them here.
Caserado.
Ya, info bor уже.
Will be. We have a look.
Bo'ldi, save qiladi. Ha, buni save qildi.
Grabs that, packs his bags, heads for the save. Vitality second round.
God, it didn't come easy, did it?
No, and I think that they're fortunate that it was that stance that Furia offered. If the fight's going to come their way, then they don't have to worry about macro, right? We're not worrying about, oh, what are our timings? Do we have the correct map control? Are we making between sides? Have we actually cleared everything? Players on our screen. What we do best, rip off heads. Well, that has
Ha, buni save qildi, Malado'ga beradi, bo'ldi.
and likely expecting there would have been money for it regardless. What Apex, 17 kills. Does not want to go out without a fight. Struggled hugely on Inferno. Ancient was the coin toss, the risk that both teams were willing to take. Furia capitalizing, kicking, and now
Yaxshi.
seems to be one half away. Chengdu trophy. For the Famous, always operating on something lighter, isn't he? Always going to pick long.
He is. Forden looking at him.
Long pick qilyapti Malado'y.
Deliver them an opening.
Yo, блядь.
This is where you have the dramas. He's out of the round.
Vitality вообще уже tiltda yuribdi hozir.
He can see everything, flicks with the players. Help maybe hurry things up. That while alive, he needs to focus on his crosshair. So at least that burden is removed, but they are in a 4v5 disadvantage.
Ya, Prime davri o'zi qolmadi shekilli Vitality'ni. Hozir Furia yaxshi o'ynayapti uni. Billa timing. Billa timing. Billa hozir aytdim. Timing, блядь. Yomon g'alati o'ynayapti Vitality. Uchta A'da уже retake qildim.
Who's the commitment? Low HP as he tries to make space. Molodoi hits the first shot. Zaiwu wants him. 18 seconds. Bomb has to be planted. Cover must be provided. Fallen by. Oh, he's got him. Denied. A little exposed, and there's a Fury.
On. Billa.
Is it time for the last tactical timeout on the Vitality side of the server? The finances could dictate that. So Apex removed, pedestrian early. You understand why that lurk smoke comes in? It's to facilitate Flames to look for that duel. They do get the trade, so at least his death not in vain.
This angle.
Yeah, there's nothing really possible in this situation. Robs can focus side, but Zaiwu can die from the flank. So Robs has to be, do I worry about Con, or do we just pray? And, well, no faith in that one, as they have bought in, Alex. This is worth an awful lot right now. Their loss bonuses.
O'zida emas Vitality.
This is for 11. Furia, they can taste it. This one, no longer
Konda egallab olishibdi.
advantage. Vitality need to produce. The fact they've chosen this buy right now is like an all-in maneuver.
Pressure on. Chips pushed to the center of the table.
This might be an Apex.
Malado'y bananni qarab o'tiribdi. Shu yerda hozir bir kishini bo'lsa ham shu yerda. Yo'q. Ushadi bari. Yaxshi, razmenga 3-3. Почканы qo'yishgan. Dom. 4% qapadi. Safe mikan? Yo'q, kit pullari bor. Ikki. 2ga 1. Yaxshi. 11 zo'r. Yana bitta olsa dopga harakat. Agar overpass yutsa, dast 100% yutadi. Jigarlar like bosib olaylik. 9 ta ekan likeimiz, 10 ta qilib qo'yaylik. 5 ta odam ko'ryapti ekan. Bular akkuratni o'ynayverish kerak hozirgi. O'sha dop qilmasdan yutib qo'ysa yaxshiroq. Dast bular ataylab pik qilishgan. Likeimiz 9 ta ekan, yana bitta odam bossa, xudo xolasa 10 ta bo'lar ekan. Yaxshi, razmen bor. Bilar konda yomon timing turibdi boru. Bilar falen bliski. Bo'ldi, Behruz rahmat, adushi. Bilar 3ga 1. Ratsondoto Vitality yutarmikan overpassni? Atak yutsa, dast yutadi xudo xolasa. Jigarlar like bosib o'raylik. Gap yo'q. Gap yo'q jigarlar. Просто ikkita karta yutqizdi. Vitality уже tilt bo'ldi. 11. Hozir Furia yaxshi formada ekan hozir. Apik stop chiqib ketdi. Ha, bo'ldi. 12-11 bo'ladi. GG. Yaxshi jigarlar, 15 ta like bo'libdi. Ya, bu shans yo'q endi. Meni o'ylashim bo'yicha 13-11 Vitality yutqizadi. Shunaqa zo'r xuyna raundlar berib tashladi bor Vitality. Bilmayman nima unaqa qilyapti.
Voices in Furia tell them hold fast, you've done the hard part, you're into map 3, 2 to the good. It's 11-11, 2 maps away from taking the crown off of the king.
Oo, full blind öldürdü. Bilmeyeyim nima bo'ladi endi. Yomon timing oldu. Ya vallahi GG bu oyun. Vitality bile musor bo'lib ketibdi Vitality haqiqatan ham. Menimcha dopay bo'lsa kerak, dop. Bile ya dop. Bitta odamda kalash bor ekan xolos. Shu ham Zayvuda ekan xolos.
Just the one rifle on the woo. Step by step, brick by brick. Furia. One round away from glory.
Tut tabi, bitta long turibdi xolos. Ancient'da ham o'yirpasdan yutayotgan joyida bilet berib olib o'tiribdi Vitality borib. Agar etak qilib bo'lishdi o'zi. Biznes. Ha bu. Bile. Beşke 3. Bile 3'ke 3. Nimaga ada turish? Ha gaga. Vitality'ni короче. Chiqoq Vitality. Chiqoq Vitality. Yutayotgan kartalarini bile berib tashladi bor. Ancient'da ham, o'yirpasda ham 800 to'g'ri yutdi. Bile Faceit'den ben bu oldu da Faceit bosardım ama sen ben bunu. Furia Kim. Account beradigan bo'lsangiz, o'zim accountimga kirishim qiyin bo'ladi-ku. Savdo. GGBP bilan. Faceit bo'lsa o'ynaverardim aka. Bo'ldi. Sardor gaplashamiz.